All right, happy to see everyone. Happy, what is this, Monday? Monday, Tuesday? I think it's Monday. Glad everyone's here. This is gonna be an interesting conversation. I think this is one of those conversations that, could get a little spicy, could get people a little bit irate. But I want you to keep an open mind, and I want you to be willing to hear, maybe some stats and some information that you might not have heard before. I'm gonna try and distill it down into a fairly concise conversation, an hour or two, which I try and give you guys all the time. But we're gonna talk about America as basically being the master facilitator of war, right? And again, you can believe it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to try and tell you which way to think, but I do want you guys to understand exactly what America's involvement is in a lot of the wars, going back to say, I mean, we'll go back to probably 9/11. I mean, hell, technically, we're going to go back to the 50s, right? But we're going to talk about all the war that's been going on during my lifetime and hopefully during some of your guys' lifetimes. And we're going to, I want you guys to get the background information on exactly why the Middle East hates us, right? Why someone like Iran would shout death to America? Because again, it's not a they hate us because they ain't us kind of thing. It's because the women want to wear assless assless bathing suits, and they want to wear L'Oreal makeup. It ain't that. Like, there's a lot more history here that we all kind of need to be aware of, and we need to be able to talk openly and honestly about, because I don't think there's enough I don't think there's enough honest conversations about how we got here. How did we end up, with the Strait of Hormuz closed, gas at $5 a gallon? How did we end up with hamburger at, 9, $10 a pound? How did we end up with homes at $415,000 on average? How did we end up with women not having kids till they're in their mid 30s? Okay? A lot of these answers to these questions are in what we're going to talk about today, which is essentially America loves war, guys. Like, this country, a lot of people are over it, if I'm being completely honest, but we just love war. We love killing people. We love, talking about how great we are. We love talking about, capitalism, American exceptionalism. We love talking about, democracy, right? We love talking about all this kind of stuff. And I think one of the reasons, I'm being completely honest, you guys tell me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I think one of the reasons that we galvanized behind a guy like Donald Trump was because we really thought that he was going to rein in the military industrial complex. We thought that he was going to rein in the neocon politicians, right? We thought that he was going to rein in these people just spending just blank checks on whatever we needed to spend in order to go kill people in the third world, right? We really thought that Trump was going to be, the answer to a lot of our prayers of, like, God, just work on this country, man. Anything, just work on America. Like, help me out, help the young people out, right? Help the people out who went to college, they got shitty degrees, they can't make any money, right? They're looking for a way to path to the American dream, right? They're looking to have kids, to marry a woman, marry a guy, whatever. Like, they're looking for this American dream, and we sold a lot of it out for war. So anyway, that's kind of how I'm going to open up this conversation. Like I said, this could be kind of a spicy conversation. You're probably going to hear a lot of things you don't want to hear about America's motivations as it pertains to the third world. And the truth is, guys, it's not to make your life better, right? It's not to make the average American's life better. It's not to go, make sure the Middle East is nice and stable so oil prices can, be cheap, so we can have a constant, steady supply of oil. This is all lies, guys. Every single bit of it is lies. And again, I say this as a guy who, when I signed up for the army right after 9/11, like, I was a guy, like, I'm gonna go get me some terrorists, I'm gonna go kill me some terrorists, and I'm gonna go get some scalps, right? This is kind of the attitude that I had right after 9/11. And as I've gotten older in life, I'm realizing that a lot of it's lies, guys. And like I said, we're gonna go through it. We're gonna start back in 1953, when essentially we facilitated the coup, right, in Iran, right, which led to Mossadegh being overthrown, which then led to the Shah being installed by America, right, which then led to the IRGC and the Ayatollah taking over Iran, which gets us to where we are today. Okay, so this is an American thing. We did this, So anyway, let's dig into this stuff. And I think it'd be a fun conversation. I don't know who's going to like this conversation. I know a lot of people here are very pro-America. America can do no wrong. Very pro-Trump. And again, I'm a three-time Trump voter, just so you guys know. But this is going to be a conversation of a lot of things that maybe you're not going to want to hear about this country. The first stat being that America has directly or indirectly killed 4.5 million people in the Middle East. Okay, now that's since 9/11. Okay, now that's a big number. That's a big number, guys. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Put in the chat. If you guys in the stream, you guys are gonna participate in the conversation today, please put in the chat. Let me know where I'm right, where I'm wrong. Give me some information that I don't have, right? Stuff that I'm missing. Give us some context for some of the things that I'm giving you guys. And then hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all those kind of fun things. And we'll kick this thing around. So many people we can get in here tonight to have this kind of a conversation, because the numbers are staggering, guys. The numbers are absolutely staggering. You know that we've displaced over 38 million people in the Middle East? You know, it's like, how would you like someone coming to your home and blowing it up, and then you got to move somewhere else, right? How would you like that? How would you like moving on not only to like another state, but like to a whole another country? Like, how would you like being told, hey, you got to go to Canada, get out of here? Like, this ain't a safe place. You can't go anywhere in America. You got to go to Canada. You know, or hey, you know what? You're gonna have to go down to Belize. Like, you got to get America ain't the place for you no more. America's being taken over by somebody else, and yeah, it kind of messed up, guys. If we put the shoe on the other foot, and again, I was one of these guys. I believed in this. They hate us because they ain't us kind of thing, guys. And like the older I've getting, like this is all bullshit, guys. It really is. So anyway, let's see who's in the chat. We'll kick this thing around. And again, I've got a ton of stats. I got a ton of information for you guys. I tried to put everything together in kind of like a fun format that kind of goes from the 50s all the way up to present day. You know, so I'm gonna try and give you guys something for your time. I really appreciate you being here. So okay. Bethy's in here. Bethy's in here. Appreciate you seeing. Glad you're here. Preach it, son. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting conversation, Bethy. We'll see where this conversation goes. Like I said, I don't know how many people want to hear about how awful America's been. Like I said, I'm a pretty pro-American guy. Like I love my country. Again, wanted to fight for my country. But I can also be honest about the depraved, awful shit that we've done as a country. And I think it's important that we talk about it. So, all right, Brandon Kramer's in. Brandon Kramer for 8400. Turn off the news and spark a joint. Yeah, dude, I don't do the drugs thing. I know I've hired a lot of people that do drugs, and I'm here to tell you, most people that do drugs, their life's not going in a great direction, you know, and that's just kind of how. So you can disagree with me, but anyway, the counter Saint Germain 69. I could care less about Muslims. I don't know why you do. And again, I would agree with you. I don't give a shit about Muslims. I could care less. I could care less about the problem with me is that I don't care about anyone outside of our borders for the most part. Like I'm all for having allies. I'm all for helping people in the third world. I'm all for helping Africa. I'm all for helping the Middle East, right? But until America looks like Dubai, right? Until, you know, the veterans are off the streets, the fucking homeless are off the streets, until we're paying a reasonable amount of tax and then we're not just fleecing all of our citizens, until we can get some of the corruption, the fraud and the crime out of our political system, I don't want to give money to anybody. You know, again, I want to work on Americans. I want to find a way to get more people into homes. I want to find a way to get people off the streets. I want to find ways to allow people to make a little bit more money so that life is a little bit easier for the majority of Americans. I don't like seeing essentially this massive K-shaped economy that we have where the have-nots acquire so much more than the people that are working a straight 40 hours a week. I don't like to live in a country where my president tells me that we have an extremely low unemployment rate. But if you go look at the stats, that basically more people now are working 2 or 3 jobs than in the history of our country. I don't like that idea. You know, so we got a lot of things to work on. But I like the comment, dude. I agree with you. I don't give a fuck about Muslims either. But I do care about going over to the third world, dropping trillions and trillions of dollars, stealing our money, you know, from the hardworking average middle class Americans. I do have a problem with that, you know. So appreciate your comment though. All right, who's in here? Oh boy, our moderators are in here now. Titan's in here. Titan, good to see you, dude. Titan, you're an older gentleman, you know, so I'm sure you're gonna have some good pearls of wisdom for the information I'm gonna go over. Again, I got it all into kind of a clear, concise format, and we'll kind of run down the stuff so you guys can understand why the world hates America so much, you know, because it's not like we just have it so good, you know. It's not like everyone just wants to have Starbucks and, you know, you porn. It's not like that. There's a lot of bad shit that this country's done, and we need to be able to talk openly and honestly about it. So, all right, let's see. What do you mean we're going in a great direction? You're bald and you need glasses. Okay, well, interesting. Thank you for the comment, dude. Yippee. All right, do you when what are you whining about? Okay, well, I think I've made my point there. What's this count of Saint? All right, so Gold Cruiser account was deleted. We got Teresa Tump. Is that Teresa Tump? Glad you're here. I agree. Okay, see, deport Snibblers. Okay, not sure what you're saying there. Let's see. Oy vey. Yeah, okay. I love the oy vey comments. Okay. All right. So you don't spam the chat. Yeah, again, our moderators in here, guys. So as we start the conversation, if you guys put in BS comments, Titan's just going to eliminate them, right? So Sun will probably come in here. Sun will probably eliminate all your comments. So we want good comments. We want people that are contributing to the conversation, adding things that we can go back and forth in the chat. One of the things we do in this live stream is we have an active conversation about a topic, and then you guys that are in the chat, you guys kind of decide where we want the conversation to go. So we're going to start out talking about the Middle East. We could end up talking about Legos. We could end up talking about woodworking. We could end up talking about Landman. We could end up talking about whatever you guys want to talk about, but you guys kind of determine the direction. I will try and kind of steer us back on course here and there. But again, let's go, guys. I'm happy that everyone's here and whoever's having a good night. Okay, more comments being retracted. All right. Oh boy, we got two. We got both the moderators in here tonight. Okay. All right, here we go. Son, this will be a good conversation, man. I think you'll like this conversation. So, okay, guys. So if anyone, again, normally we got the coffee in the morning, but I'm trying to do the live stream in the evening. So now we got alcoholic beverages. So we're trading caffeine for booze. So we got Smirnoff. What is this? Strawberry sunset. So that's pretty good. It's almost like a little on the sweet side, but that's okay. All right, here we go, guys. So why why is America just addicted to war? Right? Why are we just so gun ho on killing everyone, bombing everyone, displacing everyone, creating a ton of chaos, especially in the Middle East? One of the things that America likes to do is that we like to talk about, the Houthis and Al Qaeda, and this country's got proxies and that country's got proxies. And the truth is, guys, is that we've created almost all of these proxies, almost all, like Al Qaeda, ISIS. I mean, we created all these people, guys. And again, I got all the information. We're going to go into it, but you guys need to understand that this is again one of the reasons that we elected a guy like Donald Trump. We need to get out of this foreign conflict, out of having black budgets for dropping bombs. We need to get out of this rah rah rah. America's going to go fuck everyone up. Like, no, we got problems here at home, right? And we elected a guy to help us to solve these problems. He ran on solving these problems, and the guy's done almost nothing, right? Home prices are up, house insurance is up, gas is up, steaks are up. Freaking Taco Bell, it's like 18 bucks to go to Taco Bell now. McDonald's, it's like 15 bucks to go to McDonald's. Like, you go out to eat, booze is expensive. You gotta, everyone's got these stupid tip apps. It's just like everything is so goddamn expensive today. It just drives me crazy. And one of the reasons is because we are not working on America, right? Whenever it gets hard, they're like, oh my God, look, it's a terrorist. Oh my God, look, we got to go stop Russia. Oh my God, what about Cuba? Hey, look at what's going on in Venezuela. It's like, hey, we could just focus on America. Like we could do some good here. There's a lot of growth and a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of I don't have a good word for it, but like there's a people are gonna remember you, right? If you do good things, if you take care of this country, if you really do the things that would help the average American, you will go down in history as a good and important person. And it doesn't seem like a president wants to do that, and a lot of politicians don't want to do that. And so that's the kind of stuff that we're going to talk about. Okay. Oh, well, my wife's in here. She's coming in and say hi. Hi, wifey.
Hi.
So she's going to come here. So anyway, let's dig into the conversation. So for those of you guys that don't know, my wife is she's kind of a nerd when it comes to the Middle East, and it's kind of a nerd when it comes to that whole region over there. So she's probably going to be telling me how wrong I am, and she can interact with you guys in the chat as well. Again, we got moderators in here, guys, and so they're going to boot out all your bullshit comments. So the racist stuff in here, the I hate Jews, the I hate whatever people like, all that shit's going to be gone. Titan and Son are going to kick it all out of here, so don't even try. It's not worth it. But anyway, appreciate everyone here. Let's dig into it. Okay, so America as the master facilitator of war, basically, right? We facilitate all the weapons. We facilitate all the intelligence. We are the number one proxy in the world when it comes to war, right? So again, when they tell you it's Hezbollah, they tell you it's the Houthis, they tell you it's ISIS, okay? Odds are it was America first, okay? And it's still America today. And this is something that we as Americans have got to get right with, right? You got to be able to talk intelligently and honestly about what America does. And so let's dig in. Here we go. So we're going to start 1953. Okay, 1953. We had the coup in Iran, right? And honey, feel free to check me whenever you're ready. But there was a coup in Iran. So basically, what happened is BP was the oil company, right? But before it was called BP, it was called the Iranian Anglo Oil Company, right? Clever name, for being a fucking British company operating in Iran. Well, Iran, a democratic electorate, right? Remember, America loves democracies, right? So they democratically elected, what was it, Mohammed Mossadegh was his name?
Mm-hmm.
Mohammed Mossadegh, right? So Mossadegh comes in there, and the first thing he does is he says, you know what, you motherfuckers are getting out of here. Britain, sorry, you can't be here. Britain, you got to go. All you guys got to get out. This is our oil. We're going to use this for our people.
No, they just wanted better percentage of the sales.
Again, but they nationalized the oil.
Yeah, but they said you are paying, I think they were paying Saudi Arabia, whoever 50%,
Yeah.
50-50 split. And Iran said, well, why can't we get that? And they're like, no, for whatever reasons, they didn't think Iran was worthy of getting 50% of their own.
Of its own oil.
So yeah, go ahead.
So anyway, point is that Mossadegh comes in and says, this is our oil. We're gonna use it here in Iran. We're gonna use this resource to make our country great. Well, there was this little thing called the CIA, right? And then you got MI6, and what they ended up doing is they ended up creating a coup, and basically they took over Iran again, right? They couped Mossadegh, right, and they put in the Shah, right?
Yep.
Right. So they put in the Shah, right? So the Shah then rules till 1979, and again, the Shah is much more compliant, right? And if you guys have noticed in the recent negotiations with Iran, America likes to kill the negotiators. Have you guys noticed this? I think what have we done this twice now?
Two times.
Yeah, 2 times now. So again, when America doesn't operate in good faith, right? We don't negotiate in good faith. And while some of you may agree or disagree with that, the point is that if you're going to negotiate, if you're going to, if you want other people to act in good faith, you got to act in good faith, and we don't have a history of doing that, right? So, anyway, point is that the IRGC then comes in, right? The Ayatollah Khamenei comes in 1979, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Comes in 1979, and we are where we are today. Okay. So now Iran is trying to, again, keep its own oil. They basically just want to be left alone. And you can say, well, yeah, the Houthis and what's the other group that's in there? It's the Houthis and Hezbollah, right? You can say, well, yeah, these guys are fucking with Israel and they're fucking, with, they're over there in Lebanon fucking with Israel, right? And we're going to get to Israel. Israel's a massive component of this entire problem, which again, everyone's already going to know. So anyway, here we are, fast forward today. Okay. So now, you got thousands and thousands of people that have died so far in this conflict, right? So this conflict is not going well, and we're basically in a stalemate kind of a situation.
Wait, did you
Yeah.
completely forget about the Iran-Iraq war?
No, we're just talking about Iran right now, coming in from 1953. Okay, we're going to jump back into the rest of the conflict. Okay, so this is one part of the conflict. Okay, I've got like 7 of these things we're going to talk about, guys. So let's say hi to everyone real quick, and then we'll dig into the next part. The next part we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the Iran-Iraq war. Okay, now for those of you that don't know the important part of that, the part that's not talked about is that America supplied Iraq with the precursors to make chemical weapons, right? It was a ton of Germany as well. But point is that we're there.
They're
Like-
Germans. What do they do?
The Germans love chemical weapons. They just
Like they're just notorious. Like you fucking had a whole Holocaust, killing millions of people, and then they're like, "Yeah, it's time to give the chemical weapons to Iran." Oh, let us do that. What?
We got lots of it. Yeah.
So,
No.
anyway,
Yeah, he wants to be. Who wants Cyclone B, right? But anyway,
it wasn't that.
no.
It was sarin gas and mustard gas and other things. Yes.
But point is that we contributed to the death of about 250,000 people just in that one particular instance. But we'll get to that. Okay. All right. So who's in the chat, guys? Appreciate everyone being here tonight. And again, contribute your comments. Let me know where I'm right. Let me know where I'm wrong, and we'll keep the conversation down the road. If you want to sit down, honey, I can move my phone over here.
Second, I will.
All right, Sun says, or excuse me, Titan says, hey, Sun, good to see you. All right, so how do you, if you don't know, Sun Tzu and Titan Brew are our 2 moderators. They're the ones that kick out all the bullshit comments for us. So super helpful to have them. Makes the chat go a lot better. All right, Sun says, so he's talking to, let's see, Count of Saint. If you were doing well, you wouldn't have 10 million random illegals who have been arrested more than 3 pedos ago, than 0 pedos ago. Okay, terrible times in here. Wifey, keep an eye on him. Yeah, I know. She keeps me in check. She's a smart one, believe it. Okay, Plasma Owl 5281. We tried to keep the original W2 Chinese allies from losing power and failed them. Russia finished off the Soviet Union, on top of which many of these other proxies predate the US as a country. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. We're not just specifically going to talk about World War II so much. We can. We'll dig into Ukraine. We are going to talk about Ukraine, but I appreciate your comment there, dude. All right, this is a Turtle Times.
He Trump.
Go ahead, Danny.
I think he wants to say he loves Trump when you're not here.
He Trumps loves when you're not here. Yeah. Again, I like Trump. Again, we like Trump. We like Trump. Trump has just been a wild disappointment. That's really what it boils down to. That's part of what we're going to talk about today. That's one of the reasons that a lot of this Middle Eastern stuff is so frustrating, because this is the playbook that our government always goes back to when they can't get shit done at home, right? When they can't help out the middle class, when they can't bring the cost of energy down, when they can't increase the supply of things to get the prices down to help out the average American people. This is what they always resort to, So, all right, Titan says Mossadegh was a Democratic elected prime minister. Yeah, 100% Titan. That's the thing. It's like we as Americans, we love democracy,
They are on board with our agenda, and you need to let us have our way. Then we like your democracy.
Otherwise, we're fine with MBS. We're fine with G. We're fine with everything else. But
We want democracy for you.
sorry, I had to.
Anyway, okay. Anyway,
I'm so dramatic.
Yeah, it can be kind of dramatic. Okay, thanks for the comment, Titan. Okay, Plasma Owl 5281. Islamic theocracies predate the US by centuries. 100%. What's Iran, like 5,000 years old?
Yeah, they can have whatever the fuck they want. What do I care?
Yeah.
Doesn't affect me one fucking bit.
Yeah, and that's I mean, we're like, what are we? I think we're like 250 years old, so we're a very young, I get what call it civilization. I mean, we're a young society, and it's just, yeah, we don't understand that, these people have been around for a long time. They got a lot of history. And it's funny thing is whenever I see these wars in the Middle East, I'm always kind of stunned by the things that get destroyed, right? The things that you see, like the architecture, right? A lot of the stuff gets blown up and destroyed, and it's sucks, man. It's really messed up because you got a lot of really pretty things over in the rest of the world. We don't understand that everything in America is like it's just it's only been around about that big.
Every American monument that I've been to, it's like a tall structure. It's like phallic, basically.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it's just
giant. It's like
like
a
an
giant gate.
obelisk. Yeah.
Basically, it's like, wait, can you not just make pretty things? Like even like somebody like Elon, who has like he's gonna be a trillionaire when Tesla or SpaceX becomes goes public, and all he wants to do is go to fucking Mars. And I'm like, why can't you just build a Taj Mahal or something in America? You have the money for it.
Build something pretty up. I say it all the time. It's like
Yeah.
when you look back at the housing around the Industrial Revolution, around the Gilded Age, like we're still studying those houses today. We're still studying those buildings. We're still studying the things that we built around the turn of the century. And as we've gotten wealthy and older as a country, it's like everything is just getting more and more ugly, right? It's more taupe, more right angles. There's nothing beautiful. And if you go to the Middle East, right, you go to Europe, you go to Russia, these places, they're really old and they've just got the most beautiful stuff. And we don't seem to take that into our culture. It's just whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really give a shit, but you can't deny it's very pretty in the rest of the world. So okay, couple more comments, guys, and we'll dig into the Iran Iraq War in 1980 and how we gassed 250,000 people. Yay! Okay, Sun says Ukraine war is a horrifying situation. Men are basically kidnapped and placed in an open field to be hunted by drones. Yeah, it's scary stuff, son. It's wild watching that drone footage on X. Like you'll see those videos every now and again of the soldier kind of bopping around, from the above you, and yeah, that drone just pop, just like runs into them. It's like Jesus Christ, man.
I know.
And like it's just yeah. Anyway, it's no bueno, man. But great comments. Okay, Garcia 1170. SpaceX will buy Tesla. That's the reason it's going public. Okay, yeah, but what's that? I mean, where's that money getting spent? Are we just going to spend it all and go into space? I mean, Elon's the richest guy that's probably ever existed. He's getting pretty close, I would imagine.
It's gonna be probably.
It's like when's Elon going to make something really beautiful? I mean, but whatever. We'll see what happens. I think you're probably right, dude. I think that Tesla and SpaceX and all those, it's just going to become one large conglomerate company. It wouldn't surprise, maybe like Amazon, but better. Okay, Modown. See, Modown 84. Stop telling people how to spend their money, dude. Okay, I don't think I was telling people how to spend their money,
I
but
don't think I'm telling. I'm just saying, hey, what about build something nice in America?
yeah, I mean, just build something beautiful.
Like even Vanderbilts and what are those people? They build beautiful buildings, like beautiful buildings, beautiful architecture that makes you go, holy cow! Like, why are you not building that? Here.
Yeah, and we used to build. I mean, think about all the
Why
beautiful.
have you given up on the earth? We still like it. Our kids are gonna be here. You know what I mean? But do whatever the hell you want with your money. If you want to build something ugly,
Yeah, no one can tell the guy what to do, but whatever.
I mean, I don't.
All we were saying is that if you go to the rest of the world, right? You go to the Middle East, you go to Europe, these kind of places. They're really old, and they've got a lot of beautiful structures. They got a lot of
Yep.
beautiful things that they built over thousands of years. And like where my wife's from, India, same thing. Like they have the most beautiful stuff because they're a very old culture. And we just haven't done that yet for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's the minimum wage is too high. I don't know. We need more slavery.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got to make slavery great again. I don't know, but anyway. All right, here we go. Gold Cruise 46. Flex the muscles. Yeah. All right. No caps. All right. Okay. Is she Indian? Yes, my wife is Indian American. So where are you born, honey?
I was born in India. I lived in India till 21.
What part?
Close-
India's a big country.
well, yeah, close to Mumbai. So India is like a diamond shape, and it was like one part is Mumbai, one part is like a southern part, which is like Bangalore.
Mhm.
One part is New Delhi, which is the north, and then there's east. And so I was born in the western part of India,
Mhm.
close to Mumbai.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
So Titan say no caps, guys. Again, the moderators are in here, guys. So again, if you're gonna put bullshit comments in there, if you guys are just gonna spam the chat, they're just gonna delete your comments. So put in good comments, good things that we can interact with, that other people in the chat can interact with, and we'll continue this conversation. If you guys are in the stream, hit the like button and sub and add a discussion, all that fun stuff. All right, couple more comments, guys, and then we'll dig into the rest of our discussion. All right. I knew it because of the accent. Yep. Yeah, my wife's got the hottest accent. I love. She sounds so exotic. I always tell her that. She's like, I'll be like, "Honey, say girl." She'll be like, "Girl." I'm just like, "Oh." Okay. No, the richest people on Earth are unnamed. These people hold trillions. Yeah, I guess so. Probably. I think Elon's still like the richest guy though, son. I don't know. Okay. Our host reads our comments. Keep them relevant and with context discussed. Thank you. Yes, that's right. Okay. You look like who's this? Pete Guardiola. I don't know who the hell that is.
I have no idea.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's continue the conversation.
Something fat, but thank you.
Okay, so one of the wars it doesn't talk about a ton. Well, we'll dig it out. So we're talking about the Iran-Iraq War, which happened in the 1980s. And again, some of the stuff I have on notes, so I want to make sure that I kind of read it a little bit verbatim. So bear with me. I don't know the Iran-Iraq War as well as I know some of the other ones. So wait, the important thing is that Saddam Hussein invaded Iran in 1980. Okay, the U.S. What's that?
I found that. That's the guy.
Oh, is that the guy? Oh, yeah. That's me, I guess. You give me a little bit of a tan, right?
Thank you.
Okay. Saddam invaded Iran in 1980. The U.S. tilted hard towards Iraq. Okay. So American companies sold precursor chemicals to help Saddam make mustard gas, right? And other chemical weapons, right? This would be sarin, right? Sarin gas is a big thing. The Reagan administration shared satellite intelligence on Iranian troop positions, knowing full well Saddam would use those chemical weapons. Okay. And this is something that, again, I don't think you hear enough about. Again, everyone talks about Reagan being this great guy and how he, beat Russia and ended the Cold War and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, there's truth to that, but at the same time, like we did some really awful shit. And what was it, like 250,000 people died in that war?
Yeah, that's by some estimates, it's basically 200,000 to 700,000. And nobody like minimum is 200,000, and a lot of them were civilian casualties.
Yeah.
because like Saddam Hussein ruthlessly used the mustard gas and the sarin gas on civilians.
Yeah.
Kurds, a lot of Kurds died as a result of that. And it's just like it fucking pisses me. Like when I met Eric for the first time, I basically, when he was like, he's had this standard line of,
Oh, they hate us because they hate us.
and I looked at him
I'm
like,
red-blooded American all the way.
well, I mean, I'm sorry, you don't get to be ignorant. Not the day of Google and Gok and whatever the fuck whatever your favorite, because it's very simple. Like, they don't hate you because they don't get to wear bikinis on their fucking beaches or whatever the fuck. They're happy with their lives. And back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, when internet didn't expose all of us to each other, they were perfectly happy with their fucking lives there. But yes, we gave Saddam Hussein chemical weapons and other weapons. There's fucking, I mean, I used to go to this class on the history of modern Middle East, and the professor said, why did we keep saying that Saddam had weapons of mass destruction? Because we had the receipts for it, because we sold it to him.
Yeah.
And he used those to kill 200,000 Iranians. And my question is, when the terrorists 9/11 slammed those airplanes in the Twin Towers and killed 3,000 people, what did you want to do?
I want to go kill terrorists. I was ready. I literally signed up for the army and I was going to fly off and go kill terrorists. That was my plan. That's what I wanted to do. We got super chats coming in, guys. Give us just a second. We'll get to super chats. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. And this is the thing. It's like, this is the exact, when President Trump says, well, Iran's been saying, that they're chanting death to America. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, we killed 250,000 of you people. We paid for one of the history's worst gas campaigns ever. Like that, like we did that shit. And like, that's not cool, man. Like, you can't say the things that you're saying about, oh, we got to go invade Iran because they've been saying death to America for the last 30 years. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, because we killed all of them. It's like, that's not cool. Like, how many of you guys, when 9/11 happened, all you wanted to do was go kill terrorists? You're like, let's go kill some turban wearing fucking brown people. Like, that's what we wanted to do. I'm like, yeah, I was like, I want to go kill some fucking brown people. And again, I ended up marrying one, which is kind of weird. But at the same time, it was like, that's what I wanted to do. Okay. This is the mentality everywhere this country goes. And it's bad news, guys. So let's get to our super chat real quick. Appreciate the super chats, guys. All right, super chat coming in from Plasma Owl 5281. To make sure I'm saying your name right. Plasma Owl 5281. I'm kind of curious how you came with your name, dude. We're bird people, so we got massive bird feeders up on our deck. All right, send in $5. Let's hear. Okay, compared to most of the small channel political live streamers, you should be among the top recommended, and I don't even agree with all your views. Well, I appreciate that. Plasma Owl. Again, the thing I think makes this channel different is I'm sorry, I'm trying to like your I was trying to okay, well apparently I can't do that. So anyway. All right. So the reason we're a little bit different, I think, is because we don't make our money on YouTube. I appreciate your super chat and all that kind of stuff, but we can kind of talk honestly about things. Like I'm not trying to hawk subscriptions. I'm not trying to make sure that I get a fucking VPN ad read. I'm not trying to sell you t-shirts and coffee cups. And that's the thing you guys are going to see on most channels that talk about politics or anything, is that they're trying to get you guys to sign up for their
But honestly, that doesn't offend people.
no, it's fine. I'm just saying, but that's one of the reasons that we can talk. Like you get on YouTube, you're going to find that people don't use profanity. They don't talk about any super controversial issues. They won't use any kind of racial slurs. They won't use any negative words that you can't use. And they're always trying to sell to advertisers, right? So one of the things you guys have to remember about on the backside of YouTube is I get all the channels, right? So I'll tell you guys real quick. I was trying to tell you guys the analytics.
What I'm saying is that people making money off of ads or ad reads, it doesn't offend anybody. I think it's at the end of the day, if you're authentic, if you are honest, if you make a mistake and you make a misstatement, or if you peddle something that you won't find out to be inaccurate, if you come back and say, you know what, I was wrong about this or whatever, I think people don't mind. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what and I am extremely knowledgeable when it comes to the Middle East. I'm always reading about it because think about it. Right now, we're paying $5 in gas or diesel. Our delivery guy
Yeah.
goes to do deliveries, and I'm paying $5.50 per gallon in diesel. Now we have to think about our route. And why the fuck do I need to do that? I wasn't doing that a month ago. Oh, because we started a war in Iran. And why did we do that? Oh, wait, now I need to really know what the fuck was going on. So, anyways, that's why I know, and I know more, definitely more than him.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, anyways.
Yeah, but anyway, so for you guys that don't know, we own a furniture business. We do about 500 pieces a year ish, something like that.
Yeah.
We send furniture all over the country, but we do send a ton of furniture to the Northeast. And the truth is, diesel up there is like $7 a gallon. It's getting very expensive. And again, if you want to go to the West Coast, like forget about it. Like it's very expensive. And again, why are we over there in Iran right now? Like, why are we doing this stuff? Is because they have nuclear weapons? No, they don't have nuclear weapons, right? Is because they chant death to America? No, that's not over there. They're over there because your administration, your politicians, they don't want to focus on the things that would help you guys. They don't want to focus on the stuff that would make your life better. They want you to focus on this other thing way over the place. None of you guys are ever going to go. It's not like I say it all the time. It's not like we're gonna fucking stop going to Cancun and we're gonna be like, let's go to Tehran this year. Like it's not gonna happen. Let's go to Tel Aviv. Like it's never going to happen, right? This is not how it works, but this is what they want you guys to do, and it's very frustrating, but it is what it is. So I appreciate the super chat, Plasma Alex. We always appreciate the super chats. We always make sure we say thank you, and again, any ducats that we can get doing the live stream is always appreciated. So thank you very much, dude. All right, Stuart, 2004. Don't like high gas prices. Buy an electric vehicle, you dummies. Okay, what kind of electric vehicle do we have, honey?
We have a Tesla. We have had it since 2021.
Yeah.
We ultimately, you're not immune from high gas prices. You're going to pay more for food. In our case, we're already paying more for deliveries because you don't have a delivery vehicle that uses electricity. So you're not immune from high gas prices. And very soon you're going to start seeing inflation going up. Every vehicle that you see on the road that is taking freight, any kind of freight, is using diesel. It's using diesel. So yeah, sure, we'll buy our Tesla. We made Elon rich. We're the reason why Elon bought Twitter. Okay, like honestly, straight up contributed to that. But it doesn't matter. You are still going to pay for it somehow.
Yeah, well, and the inflation, you guys, the inflation's coming. Like it's here a little bit, but it's getting ready to be even more. So I've got Donald Trump's what he ran on for president when he was running in 2024, right? And one of the tenets, right, was energy dominance, right, which he's actively worked on, right? The other things he said was economic nationalism and affordability. Okay, remember when Donald Trump was coming in office and said, "Oh, I'm going to crush inflation. I'm going to bring down the cost of housing. I'm going to bring down the cost of energy." Okay, how's that working out, guys? Do you feel like Donald Trump's he's done his piece there? Do you think he really is working for the American people? Do you think that he is working for the people that gave him all the swing states and the popular vote? Right? Do you think he's working for those people? Because I don't. And again, we ship furniture all over America, right? So again, when the cost of energy goes up, we feel it. We literally have to add surcharges to our certain deliveries because it's so damn expensive to move that furniture all over the place. So if you think that because you buy hot dogs and bread and whatever tennis shoes off fucking Amazon, that the prices aren't going to go up, you're crazy.
But
They will.
speaking of
Yeah.
Amazon told sellers that they're going to add 3.5% extra for deliveries.
Mhm.
So who the hell the seller is going to pass it to? It's not like Amazon sellers are making millions of dollars, so they're going to have to pass the cost to the customer. They're going to have to fix prices. So you are not immune to what your government does and fucks around in other parts of the world. You're just not. You are in fact affected every single day. And there are people out there that'll say, "Oh, I don't care about politics or whatever." Great, politics cares a lot about you.
Yeah.
They want all your fucking money. They want to tax the fuck out of you, and they want to do shit like this that costs you to, have $4 or $5 gasoline. And I'm thinking, like, literally, I'm thinking that I had a customer today who was interested in buying a dresser, and she lives in California. And I'm like, wait, I can't get anybody to ship in California. Like, I'm thinking about turning off. California is not as bad, but Seattle and like upper, like Northeast, Northwest, Pacific Northwest is horrible. I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to turn off sales to the Pacific Northwest because I cannot get shippers who are not gonna basically charge me $700-800 to ship, or I have to figure out a surcharge or whatever the hell. Like, that's the decision that I have to make as a business owner because somebody decided to fucking invade Iran in the middle of, on February 28th, because whatever the fuck, when they're supposedly getting a wet nuke, which they were not. Anyways.
Okay. So, all right. A few more comments, guys, and we'll dig into the next part. So, the next part of the discussion is going to talk about the Gulf War. The Gulf War happened in 1991. And again, we'll talk about what America's involvement is as being a facilitator for a lot of these wars. Okay. Because again, that's the whole point of the discussion is to talk about how we, the American people, are facilitating all of these wars, right? We are keeping these things going. We are making them worse, and we're killing a lot of people, and we're displacing an insane amount of people. And again, personally, I don't give a fuck about the Middle East. I don't care about Ukraine. I don't care about Russia. I don't care about Europe. I don't care about any. I'm an America first guy. Like, I want us to spend the money here. I want to take care of this place. I want to help the people that are here, right? And if that means we got to drill, baby, drill, we got to build nuclear, we got to build more coal, we got to build more natural gas, we got to pay for people to build houses. Like, I don't give a shit. I want that money spent here. I don't want it spent dropping bombs, terrifying everyone, making people afraid of Al Qaeda and the Houthis and Hezbollah and Yezbollah and Bezbollah, and all these freaking things that, again, don't really affect Americans. Okay. Now, if you want to bring up the whole 9/11 thing, we'll talk about 9/11. Okay. So, all right. Two more comments, and then we're going to jump into our the rest of our discussion. All right, boomers ruin the economy. Yeah, the older I get, the more I'm realizing that they didn't ruin the economy, but what they're doing is they're making sure that they get everything they can on their way out. Right. This is one of the reasons that we have the geriatric administration, right? We got the geriatric Congress, we got well, I shouldn't say the Supreme Court, but we definitely got a geriatric Congress. 60% of all politicians are in the boomer demographic. They won't fucking leave. I mean, how many of them literally died in office at this point? Like, they're dead before they.
Getting wheeled as a corpse and
Yeah.
their offices.
Yeah, it's bad news, man. They won't leave. So I don't know. The boomers have ruined the economy. The things that the boomers have done is they've made sure that you are going to pay for their Social Security. They've made sure you're going to pay for their Medicaid, right? They've made sure that you're not going to build next to them through NIMBYism, right? They've made sure that when it comes time to sell off their property, when it comes times to inherit their wealth, they've created trust. So by the time you're supposed to get some of that action, that trust is actually going to dispense money at a rate that is so slow that the trust will live on forever. Those assets will stay there forever. A lot of people don't talk about this. I personally know this is kind of what's coming down the pipeline. So be looking for that one. Okay. One more comment. Let's see here. Who do we got here? Yeah, or look the other way, for sure. Okay, you guys. All right, let's see, Stuart. Well, apparently your comments get deleted, dude. Sun says, why would Larry Silverstein buy a building that was worth less than the price he bought it for because he had to spend millions to remove asbestos? Simple, he knew the building would be sacrificed. Okay, son, again, I'm not sure what you're saying, dude.
9/11.
Is it 9/11?
Honestly, to be honest, at least I have not delved into the 9/11 conspiracies. My daughter, who's only 26 years old, she's big time into it. But I think that's what he's trying to say.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. All right. Oh, yeah. I guess Son's gonna talk about. So Stuart Biden was the exact same as Trump. Our last president was JFK. Since then, Israel has owned the USA. Yeah, there's those those conspiracies. I've never looked at that. But Son, are you basically saying that Israel probably killed JFK because JFK told them to fuck off? Is that kind of what's going on there? Is that kind of
JFK said that first of all, you need to, disclose your part, be part of the NPT,
yeah?
nuclear non-proliferation, and let the IAEA inspect your new facilities. And then I'm not sure if the APAC registered as under FARA, but I think it was the nukes, the issue that he was pressing on, and basically they blew his head off.
That's craziness. Okay, well, again, I don't know much about that, but clearly, Son, you do. Okay, let's see. We're out in the chat. Okay, good. We're doing pretty good in the chat. All right, Susan. We got sees Daviel 6595 free or on. Yeah, I guess so, man. Again, I don't know. I've seen you before, Daviel. Good to see you, dude. Let's see. Rist Aristotle or Aristotle. See, Aristotle 1 2 4. Okay. I never graduated high school. So what am I supposed to do? All right, Aristotle 1 2 3. How much is gas? We're paying. So here in Illinois, it's $5 a gallon, and in Missouri, right, we're on the border. It's 4.19 a gallon. So I don't know. What do you guys pay? Let us know in the chat what you guys are paying. Let us know what's at least what city you're in and what you guys are paying. Sucheta's so smart. Yes, she is. All right, gas is 4.29 here in Southwest Florida. Right, so it sounds like you're paying what we're paying, Titan. All right, let's see. This makes rich richer. Yeah, the rich got a lock on things right at the moment, but we'll give it some time. All right, Texas are busting. You're good to see you, dude. Do you used to report? Do you report today that see the 85% of the beef manufacturers are owned by 4 companies, and 2 of them are foreign. Yes. Texas Smithfield is owned by the Chinese, if I'm not mistaken. That's the largest pork producer in America. You have Cargill, which is America owned. You have Tyson, which is American owned, and then you also have it's like JBW, and they're foreign owned, right? So yeah, you're 100% right. I know I've read about these people many times. Yeah, so you're 100% right, and that's again, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I know that the cost of everything is going up. And when you only have 4 manufacturers that basically, or excuse me, 4 meat packers that basically own everything, I that can't be good. I talked about many times, guys, that we don't have real innovation in this country, and we don't have real competition in this country. There's not a lot of real competitors left because there's just too many people consolidating and buying up everything. And the large corporations, they put the regulations on you so hard that if you wanted to compete with them, if you want to even start a small business, the cost is almost prohibitively expensive. I don't know if I ever told you guys this story. Here's a quick story, and honey, you can tell the story better than I can. So, before I was a part of the Resplendent Crow, right? So I came in. What were you in year number 2? I think when I came in.
What?
What? When did you get shut down?
2017.
So how many years were you in business at that point? Was it maybe it was your second year?
Probably 2 or 3 years, but full time was barely a year.
Yeah, so here's the great story. Listen to this. And then we're gonna dig in the rest of our conversation. So here we go. And we'll keep the comments coming in, guys. I appreciate.
For tangent? Is that what
We're gonna go off a quick tangent, right? I get to do this, right? We're at 42 minutes. We still got lots of stream left. Okay, so what I'm always telling you guys how there's not real competition, right? I'm telling you guys that when you allow the third world to come in and then you allow business to outsource to the third world, right? They take that money, right? That delta they should be paying you, and the money they're paying the third world, where they bring them in here or they send the work over there. They're using that money to buy up politicians, right? They're using that money to help politicians create regulation, whether that's EPA, whether that's OSHA, whether that's NHTSB, the National Highway Transportation Safety Board, whether that's a tort regulation, whether that's just a myriad of regulations, right? And what these guys do is they increase the regulations, right? They're the people that push for the minimum wage, by the way. A lot of large corporations want the minimum wage to be $25 an hour because it puts people like me and my wife out of business, right? So what happens is these regulations get layered on. So funny story here. So when I met my wife, right, I met her online, and she was telling me she wanted to go. When we were doing our dating thing, she could only really do dates at night. I'm thinking, it's kind of odd. It's like kind of great. Man, maybe I can get some action or something. But at the same time, it was like it's kind of weird that she only wants to go out at dates at excuse me, during the day. Yeah, it was during the day. I apologize, I said that backwards. During the day. And truth is that what had happened is the city had come in and shut her business down because she didn't have the proper spray booth. Okay, now why this makes you so frustrated as a business owner is this woman was managing a cleaning company, and she built up the stones to quit her job and try and start a business. Right? So you went from having insurance to having no health insurance, I would imagine, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
benefits to no benefits, job security to no job security, and somebody comes in and fucking shuts her ass down. Okay, now how many employees did you have at that time?
Probably 4 or 5.
4 or 5 employees?
Small.
Okay, so the funny thing about it is this woman actually followed her. She was a fan, and she just happened to be a city inspector, right?
I was the lucky person that had a city inspector who was a big fan of my business. So she followed me on Facebook and she basically was like, "Oh my God, I love your furniture so much," and blah blah. And then when she came to inspect the place, my landlord didn't say anything to her that we're spraying or whatever. And she's like, "I just really love what she does and whatever." And she started following me on Facebook. And I was doing a Facebook Live and basically talking about spraying. And this lady got the idea that this woman is spraying without the proper permits and the ventilation and the fire suppression or whatever. She came in, opened the door, looked at it like, "Holy cow, what am I looking at? Like I'm like Dexter trying to murder people." Like she had that look on her face. And she basically did not even know what she was looking at. And bless her heart, honestly, like she forced me to become compliant and I am, whatever.
Mhm.
Anyways, she came in, she went back to her office, she got the paperwork where they put down the business, like a door that says
They
this
red
business
tagged you, yeah.
that business has been shut down by the city, and that's what she did. And I asked her, I'm like, "What am I supposed to do?" And she's like, "Call an architect." And I'm like, "Well, what architect is going to talk to me for less than $5,000?" And I talked to Woodrow,
Mm.
and he's like, "Yeah, we have this company, or you can talk to them. It'll probably be about $5,000." So where the fuck am I going to get the money? I just quit my job in October, and you're shutting me down. Where the hell am I going to get the money? But a story that I can tell for years. I had a customer at the time who was a collector. She basically, her husband who passed away, God, rest in peace. He was an architect. He did the plans for me for $800. $800. He did the plans for me. He went to the city. He said, "This is." I mean, he did all the math on the air
Yeah.
circulation and the exit doors and the two exits and all the things that you need to be to compliant. $800. That's what he did it for. And then I had to get a loan from PayPal that was 20% interest rate.
Mhm.
20% interest rate. I can't believe they loaned me money. I will be forever grateful. I will never complain about the 20%. But here's the best part. I had a customer that came in from the Lake of Ozarks. They were building a second house. Ultra rich people owned a business. They came in and they dropped between 2 sessions, they dropped over $20,000, which was a huge deal. I'm talking about 2016, guys. In today's money, that's probably 4 times as much. They dropped $20,000 and had many other big sales that came through. But the $20,000, $25,000 sale that I got from those people saved me. And that's my story, kind of.
Yeah,
That's how I didn't. That's how my business didn't die. Because what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to pay a $20,000 PayPal loan? I mean, I remember one time the stack that we have that goes
Sure.
because I have a 2-story building. So if you have a 2-story building, your stack needs to go above your roof line a certain few whatever feet or whatever the fuck. It was $7,000 for that stupid stack. I remember I had less.
It's like an 18-inch pipe. It's pretty massive.
I had less money in my bank account than I had in my stack and my paint booth and my fire suppression system. Like I had a few $100s in my bank account when I was spending money on this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
anyways.
bad. But anyway, okay. Enough talking about business. Sorry, guys. Just like we tell anecdotes from here. It's kind of how the conversation goes. So, okay, let's read a couple comments, guys. Then we're going to get into the rest of our discussion. We're going to talk about what are we on to? We're on to the Gulf War, 1991. Everyone's at Stormin' Norman. All right. Titan says a Democratic Congress member died yesterday. The guy was 80 years old and running for office again. Yeah, I know. I know. It's
Memories.
and again, I got no problems with the boomers. Like you guys won. Like good for you, but you got to think about the people who come after you, man. Like you can't ask for everyone to pay for your shit when you didn't pay for your shit. Like that's it's you had I think it's something like 22 people working for every person that was receiving Social Security when this thing started. Today it's 2 people working for every person that's receiving Social Security. It's unsustainable. And the people in government right now are asking young people who are struggling as it is to pay this fucking was it 6.5% in their payroll tax in order to fund Social Security, right? We got to pay is it 6.5%, right? Something like that.
I think ends up being 10% basically.
Yeah, it's a big number, and we're paying for something that none of us are going to have or are unlikely to have. It literally goes insolvent in 2033 or 2035 or something like that. So it's just insane. But anyway, yeah, the Titan you're nailed. There's just too many old people. All right, no, APAC didn't register. Okay, well, that kind of figures. So again, why would they? If you can get away with not doing it, you might as well write your own rules. All right, Paul Costa, 8930. The Congressional Nursing Home has to be closed 100%, man. Son says 100% JFK wanted to chill with the nukes. They ghosted him. Stop talking to him. Replace the leader as an excuse for not responding, then killed him shortly after. Yeah, that's bad news, man. Kurt, who's this? Karsten Hammerborg? Hammerberg? Is it Borg or Borg? Is it O or an E? I think it's Hammerborg.
Oh.
All right, more tax dollars to Israel. Yay! I know. You got it. They're the only democracy over there, okay? And we got to take care of democracies, okay? Even though Iran was a democracy as well, but
Israel's not a democracy. But there are Palestinians that cannot vote. It's an apartheid state. I'm sorry. You do whatever the hell you want to do in your own country. I don't have an opinion as long as you don't ask for my money. Do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean?
For $4 gas, no ridiculous. It's like $3 a few months ago. Yeah, son. It's all right. W Daddy. Okay. Okay, let's take a rest of our conversation. Yeah, gas is again. Everyone says, "Oh, who cares about gas? Gas is not big of a deal." It's like, "Oh, you sure would care about high gas prices when Iran drops that nuke on America." It's like, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm so tired of these people fear mongering. If it's not Iran, it's like, look out for Al Qaeda. Make sure you look out for Hezbollah. It's like, God damn it, man. You guys are. It's so frustrating. Okay, anyway, let's take it. We'll do more comments, guys. Appreciate everyone being here tonight, and again, hit the like button, add discussion. Let us know where we're right. Let us know where we're wrong, and we'll continue the discussion. Please add comments that are useful, that are helpful, that we can kind of interact with. The people in the chat can interact with. Don't just give out some vague comment, because it's hard to keep the chat going, right? To keep the conversation going. If we lose everyone in the chat, no one wants to conversate, then we'll just end the stream and we'll go about our merry way. I'll go back to watching Landman. Okay, the Gulf War, 1991. Okay, so Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait in 1990. I think we all kind of remember that. The U.S. assembled a massive international coalition that crushed Iraq's military in Operation Desert Storm. We liberated Kuwait, but left Saddam in power. Okay, now remember, we gave Saddam all of these chemical weapons, right? Remember when we went to war, right? Everyone's like, oh, we got to get those chemical weapons. Saddam's got chemical weapons. It's like, well, where the fuck did he get those chemical weapons?
We have receipts for it.
We had the receipts. Like, come on, guys. Like, this is just insane, So it's really weird. It's just okay. So moving on to the big one. Okay, 9/11. Okay, everyone likes to talk about 9/11. Okay, here we go. All right, the big one, the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Right, 9/11 happened in 2001. Took a little bit before we ended up going into Iraq. Okay, so George W. Bush administration invaded Iraq, claiming Saddam had weapons of mass destruction. Here we go. Like. Again, remember when Saddam got these weapons of mass destruction back before the Iraq-Iran war, right? Remember America gave them to them, gave them all the intelligence to go attack Iran. Germany gave them a whole bunch of good stuff to make mustard and sarin gas. That that was the cause for the 91 war and the 2003 war was going after the weapons that we gave them. Like this is this crazy, right?
It's insane. American foreign policy absolutely does not make any sense. Once you actually start like looking at it, it's like, what the hell were we doing?
It's just really weird. It's like we kept going to war for the thing that we did. It blows my mind that
they were claiming that he had nukes or whatever the hell he had. He didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
And there was a
I got all that pulled up too.
There's a distinct clip of Donald J. Trump running in 2015, and he is screaming at Jeb Bush, saying, "Your brother lied us into war.
Mhm.
There were no weapons of mass destruction. You lied, and it's a horrible war." And it's like, and everybody thought this was before the South Carolina primaries. And he's like, people were 100% sure that Trump was going to lose South Carolina primary, and he won. He won basically on an anti-war platform in 2015. In 2016, whatever the hell. But he was screaming at the top of his lungs and he put Jeb Bush in a really hard spot, because what do? You criticize your brother and admit that that was a wrong thing to do. Nobody ever admits in America, any politician, nobody admits that they did anything wrong, or that, in this case, their family did anything wrong. But I distinctly remember that clip where he's screaming at Jeb Bush and saying it was a horrible idea. Like,
So okay, so we toppled Saddam, disbanded the Iraqi army, and basically created a power vacuum. Okay, so now when we took out Saddam Hussein, right, 2003, we created this power vacuum, right? So what was the thing that filled that power vacuum? You guys, you might have heard of this proxy, right? We're so invested in proxies. This proxy was called ISIS. like, like what? Like it's insane, right? This is insane, guys. Like you have to like as I'm giving you guys this information, I'm sure a lot of you guys know some of this, but I'm curious if you guys know all of it as we kind of run down the history of it because it's like you can't make this up. Like we've spent trillions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of people died in the Iraq War. Like we killed and just an insane amount of civilians, and for what? Like I get the whole 9/11 thing happened, like, but okay. All right. So next we're gonna talk about Libya. Libya's a great one. You guys ever remember the Arab Spring?
Is your wife Jeet or Bean? It's Jeet, and it's not a slur. You're not gonna be able to insult me. I'm sorry. Jeet means victory, and I have won. So go fuck yourself. So honestly, but no, I'm not a bean. I'm not a beaner. I'm the dot kind of Indian, not the feather.
Yeah, I don't have the feather. Yeah, we could take all your guys' racial shit. It's okay. We're completely okay with all of it. Okay, a couple more comments, guys. Let's dig into Libya. We're up to 2011. Okay, we started in 1953. We're up to 2011. We're going fast. Okay, appreciate everyone being here. All right, APAC is the only people who don't have to register. Yeah, it sure seems like that. That's what I've heard. I don't know 100% about it, but it seems like that's been a thing as long as I can remember. So
That's the thing about people using that slur. I have said to you also, Jeet. It's like, wait, can you not do slightly better on your slurs? You guys need to really work hard on your slurs.
what's a good Indian slur?
I don't know. I haven't given it a thought. It's your fucking job. If you're gonna use a slur, motherfuckers, or what are you gonna outsource it to a fucking Indian? Get your fucking brain. So yes, figure out a better slur because Jeet honestly means in Hindi, in probably comes from Farsi, which probably comes from Urdu or whatever. It means victory. Okay, it means victory. So you're gonna call somebody a slur. At least don't call them victory.
Yeah, you
And
can do better.
repeat Nick Fuentes' slur. Just work harder. Okay. And then somebody said I'm not on crack. I am drinking this, so not on crack. Not my favorite. Not my favorite drug. Coffee is good for me.
All right, Recon Blues and Recon, good to see you, dude. Glad you're here. He says, "What up, everybody?" All right, let's see, Jebediah Condi, maybe Jebediah Condi 2143. You are a nerd. I know. We're all kind of nerds, man. Like, what else you can do? Like, life is long. What are you gonna just fucking watch Netflix all day and surf on your phone all day? Like read some shit. Like go watch a documentary or something. Go watch Charlie Wilson's War. There's a good movie about some of the stuff that we're talking. Go watch that movie. All right. Let's see. More Julys. Okay, this is Richard Lynch. Thank you, sir. Let us know which Julys you're talking about. Let's put it in the chat so we can kind of bat it around. Okay. All right. 10 go free hole less in me cool. Okay, George. Not sure what you're saying there, dude, but I appreciate your comment. Israel did 9/11. Richard Lynch. I've heard this. I don't understand it, but have you ever heard this?
Like I said, we have never honestly dug into the whole 9/11 conspiracy.
I think there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been released about
I,
that thing.
I
So.
honestly I have not looked into it.
Yeah, I don't know much about
I
it either.
just
You know.
find it very fascinating that they found the passports of the hijackers in the rubble of the 9/11. Like
Oh.
every like steel was melted.
Yeah, everything was. Yeah.
Once you found passports, I don't know if I buy that shit, but whatever. But yes, there's a lot of
And
inconsistencies.
plus, weren't all the hijackers Saudi Arabian? I remember something about that. It's like,
Yeah,
is that the case?
yeah.
All from Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I just wanted. I
Like
know.
I said, I haven't delved into that.
Yeah, I just wanted to go kill terrorists. That's all I knew is like just go look for brown people. Give me a machine gun. That was my mentality back then. All right, Trump owned by Satan's chosen Israel. Yeah, Trump's in an interesting spot, man. Okay, Sun says, how did Netanyahu know Muslims would attack the Twin Towers? He wrote about it in his 95 book and talked about the book and how it would happen in an interview. How did he know?
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't read much about that. I don't know the whole history of all that kind of stuff, man. It's just not my thing. I say Recon Blue says, I mean, look at Gaza. Let's see, it's RN, the whole world watches and does nothing. Yeah, man, it's insane.
What are you
It's insane.
doing? It's unfortunate. I'm gonna just be honest and say, what is anybody going to do? What are you going to do? What am I going to do? I got to go to a job. I got to pay my bills. I got to make sure that there's money in the bank account for payroll. it's very sad to watch Gaza. What are they doing in Lebanon? They're leveling Lebanon right now. It looks like fucking Gaza. They're giving the Gaza treatment to Lebanon. And you look at that and you look, what the hell? Somebody stop them. But what happened is Biden gave them bombs to level Gaza. Nobody said anything. There was no international like outrage, no sanctions, no nothing. None of that. So they're like, oh, they looked around and they said, well, we can do this and nobody's going to punish us for this, so we're going to keep doing this. And that's what they're doing in Lebanon, and that's like what they want to do in Iran, except that Iran is just much stronger.
Yeah.
So that's what
Yeah.
it is. But I mean, it's very sad. Like my algorithm shows me all the videos in Gaza, and there's like people buried under rubble, and then little children's like feet by the size of it, you can tell they were kids. It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's bad news. And again, what I opened up the stream talking about was just how many people we've killed over the Middle East, and for what? Like, has your life gotten better? Do you feel like, the energy price is where you want it to be? Do you feel like the cost of housing is where you want it to be? Are you making enough money to make it in America today? Do you feel like letting whatever 30, 40 million people in this country illegally, think that's been good? Open borders has been good. Like, again, all these wars have probably cost $7 trillion, I think is what the number was. 4.5 million people have been killed by America or indirectly. 39 million people have been displaced all over the Middle East. Like, I don't know, that's good, man. I don't know that it was worth it. I don't know that we should be doing this. And again, when Trump, it's like, well, we got to go to Iran now. They got nukes. It's like, well, fuck, man. Like you've told me this forever. Like, you keep telling me that all these countries have all this shit, and it turns out that we generally give it to them. And it's like, so is that how it's going to be? Like, America just clandestinely funnels and facilitates all of this war so that we can go do more war. I mean, that's what I titled this video. It's like, we're the ultimate facilitator of war. Like, it's just, and again, I hope you appreciate this content. I hope you appreciate at least that like I said, I put together a list of things. Yes, I've used AI, but I put it together in such a way that we kind of go down this timeline. And we're up to 2011 with Libya. So let's read two more comments, guys, and then we'll jump into 2011 in Libya. You guys can learn about Muammar Gaddafi getting a pole stuck up his ass, right? That was really cool. He elected to not get nuclear weapons, and there you go. Okay, Recon Blues. So there you talk about Gaza. Read your comment there, Recon Blues. Richard Lynch, all right, your comment was deleted. There you go, dude. Chewbacca, man, great name, but you apparently had a real shitty comment. So Chewbacca, give us a good comment, man, and get your comment right. All right, go Candace Owens. Okay, I've literally never watched Candace Owens in my life. Have you ever watched Candace Owens?
Do okay.
Yeah, is she okay?
Yeah, she's all right.
Oh, all right. Well, apparently she's going to win in the end because apparently her old employer is about ready to go out of business. So I guess Candace Owens, Candace Owens made it longer than old Ben, huh? All right, the October 7th was allowed to happen. Mossad knew, and Bibi allowed to happen. Yeah, I've heard this. This is
Even Charlie Kirk has said that.
Lopanope. Great name. Lopanope. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't. I try and stay away from that shit. I don't want to know.
This is a known fact that Netanyahu funded Hamas because what Israel has been trying to do is delegitimize any Palestinian authority or any Palestinian type government. So what they did is they funded Hamas, and Qatar did, and I'm sure USA did, because we are fund all clandestine bullshit, proxies, whatever the hell. And so does Iran. I'm not saying that we're anything special, but yeah, that's what they did. And basically, Netanyahu has said this, that we know we can control the flame. Those were his words. And clearly they couldn't. And that's when October 7th happened. And I don't know how, like people said, Israel is the size of New Jersey. I haven't been to New Jersey in many, many years, but for the whole killing was going on for 6 or 7 hours. It's highly militarized. Basically, everybody serves in the IDF. There are a lot of guns. It's just, so I don't know how the hell they take a lot of pride saying, "Oh, we are Mossad and we have cameras in Tehran street, and that's how we managed to kill the Ayatollah or whatever." So they took a lot of pride in doing these clandestine activities all over the world, and then they did not know what was going on next door in Gaza, where they were planning such a massive attack, and they could not respond to it for 6 or 7 hours. I find it really hard to believe, but again, it's unfortunate that what happened to the civilians, because that's not cool. You have to have both. You got to be able to say, your government is kind of up to no good, and at the same time, the people that it happened to did not deserve it. So
Well said, dear.
yeah.
Okay, so we're up to 2000. We're up to 2011. We're in Lebanon. Okay, or excuse me, Libya, Lebanon. We were talking about Lebanon. Libya. Okay, so 2011. So basically, our government joined forces with France and Britain, right? And we went in to overthrow Muammar Gaddafi, right? So we overthrow Muammar Gaddafi during the Arab Spring, helped topple him under the banner of protecting civilians. Okay, so that kind of what we're doing now. Like we're gonna liberate Iran, and the Iranian people are gonna rise up and take back over their government, right? That was kind of
We thought they would do that after the Ayatollah, but that didn't happen.
yeah, that didn't happen.
You bomb people, they really get behind their government and they say, no, we fucking hate you more than we hate our government.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, basically. Well, and you guys remember when those people came over and toppled the towers on 9/11, right? Remember how pissed off we were? Again, Eric's gonna go over there and kill terrorists. Like, what happens when that happens to you? Like again, like we did this thing after 9/11 happened. You can't expect that these other people are going to try and do this thing. But when that happens, well, oh my God, you can't do that. Like we can't have that. That's they're inciting us, right? They're trying to destabilize the region. They're going to try and attack Americans. They're going to try and kill Americans, and we got to protect Americans. You know, it's just it's a very frustrating kind of situation that we're in. So you fast forward to 2011, right? So one of the things that you need to understand about Muammar Gaddafi is Muammar Gaddafi was one of the people that had the option of trying to get a nuclear weapon, right? And he was one of the guys, right? He was going to get a nuclear weapon, but also North Korea was going to get a nuclear weapon. Well, if you look at what happened with North Korea, they got the nuclear weapon. Muammar Gaddafi gave up his nuclear weapon, right?
He said, okay, I'll give up.
So Kim Jong Un is sitting over there fat and happy. The little portly little fuck. He's over there super happy, just loving life, right? Muammar Gaddafi got a pole stuck up his ass, right? And he's dead, right? Libya is a failed state.
You can
right?
buy slaves in Libya.
Yeah, you can live by yeah.
Yeah, this is true story.
Yeah. Yeah, so Libya is crazy destabilized. And if you guys want to talk about the Greater Israel Project, Libya is literally on this list of countries that needed to be destabilized in order to create the Greater Israel Project, which we could talk about that in another stream, but that's part of what we're doing with this whole Iran thing, right? If we're being completely honest. So, okay, so that's what we got going on in Libya, right? Yeah, they said it's a playground for militias, for slaves, there's slave markets, there's terrorist groups, and yeah, it's just been a fucking massive disaster. Okay. Then go into Syria. Okay. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, we own a furniture company, right? So we got 9 people that work for us. We have a Syrian that is a furniture maker who works for us. And so when we want to talk about Syria and figure out exactly what's going on over there, the history, he's from Syria, so we kind of have first-hand intelligence, about exactly what happened over there in Syria. And so, that's kind of, a little bit background around about us. But so during the Syrian war, the U.S. backed so-called moderate rebels, right? Moderate rebels backed Bashar al-Assad while also fighting ISIS, right? And again, who created ISIS? We did. Okay, this is what happened when we the power vacuum that was created after the Iraq War.
Yeah.
Okay, ISIS was created. Okay, now fast forward to Syria, right? So a lot of aid ended up with jihadis, right? We also maintained troops and supported Kurdish forces, while other thing became a proxy mess with Russia, Turkey, Iran, and the U.S. involved in another fractured country thanks to part of our meddling. Okay, it's another country we went into, facilitated the destabilization, yeah, and the overthrow of Bashar al-Assad, right? Was basically we were the proxy in that thing. Right. Again, everyone's talking about proxies and how America, we got to make sure Iran doesn't have proxies. They're not funding proxies, right? America is the #1 proxy in the world. Like we fund everything. We facilitate everything. Like it's really disgusting. And like, how many times have we talked about this whole Hezbollah thing? Like it's Hezbollah and the Houthis, right?
Houthis are in Yemen. They're in different parts.
No, but we haven't funded those guys, have we?
No, Yemen.
We didn't create any of those ones. Those are
and Houthis. Not as much, but Hezbollah definitely is funded by Iran.
Yeah,
they're like BFFs. But yeah, Houthis kind of their own thing, and they're friendly with Iran, but not as close friends as Hezbollah.
Okay, so now let's jump into modern times. Okay, now we're going to talk about Israel. Okay, everyone's favorite topic, right? Everyone wants to talk about Israel. Let's read a few more comments, and then we'll jump into talking about Israel and exactly how we enable Israel. And Israel essentially has been punching above its weight for the last 60 years, right? And it's because of America's facilitation of their antics and their shenanigans that they're able to do what they're able to do. They've been the #1 contributor to the destabilization of the Middle East, right? Next to America. Okay, let's see, Richard Lynch, we read your comment. Go Candace Owens. Alapia, nope. I cannot love your name. All right, Recon Blues. All right, he's saying, "What up, son?" She's definitely bean, in my opinion. My first love was a bean. All right,
Me?
yeah.
I'm not a beaner.
Chewbacca, you keep trying, dude. You got to put a comment in, and we can actually talk. You can actually respond to, man. You got a great name. I love your name, man. We'll say it. There's no shame there. All right, Recon Blues. No way. That surprises me. He didn't know you were Indian. All right, Jews like Jeets street shitter are Satan's chosen. Okay, well, Richard Lynch, great comment, dude. All right, Recon Blues. He's just giving me the laughing emojis. All right, you don't get to pick your slurs, Missy. Okay.
No, I'm not. I just choose not to be offended by it. You need to work harder. Please work harder.
Titan says, "Go read a book. Teach us how to be better racists."
I don't know. What do you want an Indian to teach you? Job? Come on, man.
All right, Plasma Al 5281. Government and corporations prefer us to be dumb, poor, and fighting each other because that's efficient crowd control. Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we talk about a lot on these streams. It's just we don't, you don't need to be pitting men against women and poor against rich people, black people against white people. It's just, the class divides the haves against the have-nots. Like it really doesn't need to be that way, but that's kind of how it goes. I mean, they keep you guys just struggling, keep you guys going to work, keep you guys just fucking scraping to get by, which it feels like that's how we live lately. But it's just like everything is a struggle. Meanwhile, there's always money for bombs. There's always money, to send a navy, 8,000 miles across the ocean. Like there's plenty of will, when they tell you like, oh, it's too hard. The public doesn't want it. It's like when it comes to war, they got all the attention in the world. They got all the time. They got all the resolve. They got no problems blowing shit tons of money. They have no shame about going to Congress and saying, hey, we need $200 billion for more bombs. We fucking used them all up last week. We need another 200 billion for more bombs. Oh, and by the way, the military budget next year, we need instead of a 900 billion, we need how about $1.5 trillion? It's like we're all like, hey, how about you just don't fucking like just keep the cost of gas low? Like, how about you reduce the cost of housing? Like, why do you make wages and the jobs in America pay just a little bit more? Maybe get inflation down, any one of these things, if you could fit us into your fucking schedule. Yeah, it's really bad what they're doing, and it's I get worked up about it because it just drives me crazy, So great comment though. I agree with you 100%. All right, Son says, sorry I'm behind on chat. Let's see, I could teach you about the 9/11 stuff sometime. Okay, man. Again, let us know in the chat, son. Again, son, I need to get on and do the telephone calling thing. The guy I follow does it. I need to just get caught up on how exactly to do it. It's in my software. I have all the capabilities. I just haven't taken the time to learn it all.
Oh, sorry.
Oops, there you go.
I'm too far. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know where we're at in the chat, so hold on, let's scroll. Let's do a couple more comments, guys, and we'll finish up. We're going to talk about Israel and how America has been facilitating Israel's warmongering for better part of 60 years at this point, since the 70s. Okay, boy, a lot of comments coming in now. All right, let's see. Son says, or hold on, I guess this is a Brad Farrell. This is Brad Farrell. I haven't seen him before. Let's see. Karsten Hammerborg. Let's see. Jews' native language is lies, and the work of his hands destruction. A Jew's native language is lies, and the work of his hands destruction. Yeah, man. I guess I don't know. I guess I've never seen a Jew work with his hands, so I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't say that. Okay. Let's see. Yes, she is right. And Charlie K said that last week he lived. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep. Charlie said it was a false flag attack. And he said Jews are funding cultural Marxism in the USA. Karl Marx was Jewish, by the way. Then turned down money from Israel when he was killed. Then he was killed. Interesting. I didn't know any of that, son. I don't know how you learn all this shit, dude. You're like so freaking smart. All right. Let's see. Yeah, he should have never gave up his nuclear weapon. It was stupid. Yeah, when he got and again, he shouldn't have. And this is this is what I'm always talking about with the whole Iran conflict. Like at this point, I'm like just like China, like just give Iran a nuclear weapon. That way we can all fucking go home. Like we can just go back to working on, building up the middle class in this country. Get women to fucking have kids in their 20s instead of their 30s. Maybe we can get
40s.
the cost of housing, to be less than $415,000 a year. Yeah, we can get the first time home buyer to not be 41 years old. Maybe we get it back into the 20s. Like I tell you guys all the time, I bought my first home when I was 22. I've always bought in homes for the most part. Again, You can't do that to you. You got to make $115,000 to qualify for a middle class home in America. That's bullshit. It shouldn't be that way. Trump ran on working for the American people and working on getting the cost of things down, getting the cost of energy down, bringing back jobs, tariffs, cutting off the third world, stopping the border, cutting taxes, these kind of things. And again, he's just got whatever stuck in this war over there, and it's just completely unnecessary, like completely unnecessary. There's so many other things that we could be working on. But I like your comment there, Sunny D. All right, Recon Blue says, you two look beautiful together. I totally see how you're able to pull such a pretty woman. You have an awesome personality, smart and funny. I'm new here, but I'm a big fan of you, brother. Okay, well, I appreciate that, Recon Blues. Again, this is what normal people here. We own a small business here in St. Louis, Missouri. We do like 500 pieces of furniture a year. My wife started high gloss lacquering furniture, and she turned it into a small business. I met her when she was in her second or third year, and we grew this thing from a tiny-ish company to a not a little bit bigger company. We like, see, when I met you, I think you had 4 or 5 employees. We had 22 employees during COVID. Now we're down to, I think we got 9 employees, 8 or 9 employees at this point. And business is up and down, but we just keep grinding at it. So it's a good life, man. But I appreciate being in Recon Blues. And again, I tell everyone, if it's your first time in the chat, give it 5 live streams and just kind of see what the things that we talk about, our perspective. Normie, dude.
I'm not here usually.
Yeah, you very rarely see my wife, but the dynamic is interesting, right? I'm white, she's not, right? The other thing is I never finished high school. She has 2 degrees. So we're very different. We have very different different points of view on things. I come at things from a very different. So I grew up pretty poor. She makes fun of me because I grew up in a trailer. I tell her it's a double wide.
His mom always says he grew up in a trailer,
Yeah.
but it was a double wide. I don't know.
She was making fun of me because we were eating steak the other day. And she says, I've never seen you eat steak before. She makes fun of me because I like hamburger. When I order steak, I order it well done. And she just thinks it's hilarious. So
I don't eat beef.
She doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't eat most meat, whereas that's all I eat is meat. She likes edamame and Brussels sprouts. I just gag whenever I see that stuff. So very different group of people, but the opposites attract, Recon. So thanks, dude. Appreciate you being here. All right. Census Gaddafi was a great leader too. He was helping his country a lot. I've heard that, son. I don't know the history of Gaddafi, but I've heard that he used his oil wealth to really help families start out young. He basically gave them money when they had kids. I think he gave them low interest loans, and he did all kinds of things for his people. He sent them to America to go to school. He sent his citizens over here to go to school. There's all kinds of things I've heard, but I don't have all the information on the guy, so I can't really speak definitively about it. But
that is true story.
is it true? Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't know much about it. Sunny D 2370, the Jews and the cultural Marxism. Jesus, you guys are reaching for anything. All right, well, maybe. I don't think that we're talking about the Jews specifically, but appreciate your comment. All right, Sunny D's other comment says something. Letting go of his nuclear weapons was a bad idea. Look what it got him. You never give up your deterrence. Yeah, 100%. And I wish we didn't have to have nuclear weapons, but at the end of the day, if you look at the history of nuclear weapons, they simmer things down in a hurry, right? People just don't. That's one of those lines that no one's willing to cross.
Kim Jong-un, he has nuclear weapons. He has intercontinental ballistic missile systems. Basically, he can deliver a nuke to Los Angeles if he wants to. Yet nobody in Los Angeles is going to bed in panic thinking that they're going to be nuked. It doesn't happen. Mutually assured destruction is the best form of deterrence. And I hate the fact that Iran did not pursue the nuclear weapon harder because the Ayatollah stopped them from doing that. And this is what we are at. If Iran had nuke right now, we wouldn't be talking about Iran. There'd be peace. Peace would break out in the Middle East if Iran were to get, it may be too late now, but if they had a nuke, we would not be talking about them. We would not be talking about them. The reason why we're talking about them is because they didn't have it. That's the reason why we talked about Iraq, because Saddam didn't have them. The reason why we talked about Libya is because they didn't have it. The reason why we talked about Syria because Assad didn't have them. You get a nuke, we'll stop talking about you. We don't talk about attacking India because they have nukes. We don't attack China,
Egypt, any of those. Yeah.
None of those countries. I don't know if Egypt has nuke, but China, we will fucking not touch China because we know that they'll nuke us. The threat of mutually assured destruction is the best thing you can have. Will bring peace. That's why that's why Trump doesn't talk about Kim Jong-un anymore. Doesn't talk about him at all.
Well, just remember,
Did he go in his first time?
yeah, with the DMZ, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Military zone.
Okay.
Anyway, just remember, before this war, gas was $2.50 a gallon, right? Inflation was 2% and heading lower. Like things were moving in the right direction, and now it's all fucked. You guys, you're getting ready to see gas is gonna get close to $5 a gallon. And the worst part of it, guys, is that inflation, you guys are gonna see a 4 on that inflation number. Like that is just like completely uncalled for, completely unnecessary, and wildly frustrating. Like just absolutely unnecessary. So all right, who's this? Hong Kong Sports. You've never seen him before, dude. Good to see you. This guy is annoying. Okay, well, Hong Kong Sports. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate your comment, man. All right, Recon Blue is spot on. What's this? Higian dialects? Higian dialects? I'm sure. Let's see. The dialects cause the problem. Manipulate the reaction. Be the solution. Okay, I'm not sure what that word is. Hegelian? Hegelian? You ever heard of that one? Hegelian dialect?
Dialect, I guess.
Might have to elaborate on that one there, Recon. Let's see, this guy's spot on. All right, I appreciate it, Recon. All right, Sunny D says, Kansas off her freaking rocker with all of her dreams and the way she feels with absolutely zero evidence. Get back to her outlandish claims. Yeah, again, I don't follow that person. I have no idea what she's talking about. All right, Vincent McCarthy is in here. Good to see you, dude. Let's see, won by 6-Day War or
Won the
73.
War and the 73 war. Both of them won by the Israelis. And
Yeah.
I don't know which one of them, but Golda Meir was the prime minister of Israel. And she basically told, I think it was Nixon. I'm not sure exactly who the American president was, but she basically, I think it was the 73 war. She asked for America to help them, and America said, no fucking way, we're not gonna do that. Deal with your own fucking problems. And she put the nukes out, basically just put them out for the American satellites or whatever to see the pictures of it. And America's like, oh shit, if we don't help Israel, they will nuke. I think it was Egypt. And America said, okay, I guess we're jumping in. I think that was 1973. Please tell me if I'm wrong, because I think I know about this shit.
Yeah, it's right there. I got it's all pulled up. So
Yeah.
okay. Well, so apparently we're gonna start talking about Israel. So
That's the Yom Kippur War. Yeah, 1973 is the Yom Kippur War.
yeah, so Titans chiming in here. It says Iranians, Houthis, and a larger portion of Iraq follow Shiite Muslims. ISIS, Saudi Arabia, and Osama bin Laden follow Sunni Islam. Both factions have extremists in their ranks.
But I mean, religious extremism is in every fucking religion. Like there are Jewish extremists in Israel right now. I have known Hindu extremists. Like when I was growing up, India was like very much marred by Muslim and Hindu riots. There were a lot of riots between Hindus and Muslims, and you had Hindu extremists who would go and burn down, Muslim homes and vice versa or whatever. Like I was young, and I moved out of India when I was 21. But religious extremism is nothing like, it's not new, and it's not specific to any certain religion. Yes, it's more on certain religions and whatever. Like I'm not going to deny that, but yes, you're right.
Okay, well there you go. Thanks, Titan. Okay, so I guess we should probably get into hold on, let me see what we got here. It looked like someone sent in a super gift. Did I miss the super gift? I don't know if I missed that one. Sorry, guys. Apparently, I missed someone's super gift. That is so annoying. I apologize, whoever sent that in. I will try and get back to it. Give me just a minute. Okay, let's dig into the whole Israel thing real quick, and then we'll do comments one last time, and then we'll probably end our stream here. So we can make it about 100 minutes. So we got let's see, David, Danny Luck. Daniel Luck? I'm not sure. Let's see. My Ukrainian wife would like to know why the U.S. lifted sanctions on Russia while her relatives are dying.
I know, right? What a joke.
Because we like cheaper gas prices, man. We can't. It's hard to fight a war if gas prices go up. Okay,
It's like,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
We have to sanction your oil. But wait a minute. Let's forget about the sanctions while we are fighting a war with Iran. We need your oil because we don't want the, energy prices to be too high because it'll crash economies throughout the world. So Russia, please sell your oil now, right now. Please do that. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you later. That's what America does.
David, thanks for the comment. Yeah, it's appreciate your comment, dude. It is kind of messed up, So all right, let's see. OTCB1 says, love President Trump. Maple Mag. Okay, you must be in Canada. Well, cool. Let us know what you like about Donald Trump and put in the comments, man. That's great. I appreciate your comment.
What is this saying? This man will sign against Charlie's legacy. Oh, her friend.
You gotta read it out loud, honey.
No, it was. I think they're talking about Candace, and yes, I have seen some of the Candace's, her podcast, and I just cannot get on. I moved on. I, as much as I hate to say this, but they're not giving us anything about. So when Charlie's trial begins, I'll tune in. But honestly, at this point, I have checked out of all the conspiracies and the dreams and the whatever and the lights turning on and off and all that shit. It's like little bit much. I just want to know um why the text between the lover and the two gay lovers or whatever they sound like they're written by Chat GPT. Like something sounds off. You know what I mean? Or the bullet did not.
What is this garbage?
Yeah, the bullet like doing weird shit. I want to know why that is the case. So, I mean, I want to know more, but again, I think we're not going to know more until the trial starts.
Right, so Sunny, do you have to read your comment real quick? Let's see, her friend, she was completely dismantled, slandered, and disgraced
Yeah.
Charlie's legacy. What are you talking about? Justice, she's more like an ex-girlfriend that got cheated on. That's
Yeah.
how she's acting.
People say that, and I will
I
not.
love it. Comment, Sunny.
I'm not defending Candace. To be honest. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Sonny, do you got last comment? Then we're gonna dig into the Israel side. All right, bro, we have to have whatever it takes from keeping the world turning into communist Marxist. There's no place for freedom, sir. There's
No price.
no price for freedom. Yeah, well, I could put a price on it, man. Like I said, and again, if we go back in the history of what we've been talking about in this chat, the price is paid by you guys. Like the price is paid by you guys. It's paid by people that have to go over and fight these wars. Americans have to go over and fight these wars. We create these conflicts so that we can go fight these wars. Like it's just bad, man. Like I said, I don't have much more to say on it. It's based on what I've read, like I said, all the stuff that I put together, guys. It's like America is just we create these problems so that we have problems to go solve in the world, so we don't have to focus on America, right? So they can basically distract us, keep us all bitching about other things, and just not focus on things that, that most Americans care about. So that's kind of how I see it. So all right, digging Israel. All right, so the question about Israel is like, how is it that America keeps funding this nation, right? Why do we keep funding this nation? Why do we keep giving them weapons? Why do we keep giving them money? Why do we keep giving them intel? Why do we keep like basically letting them do whatever they want? The way I describe Israel is like that fucking kid he's a kid of the rich parents, right? And he gets to do whatever he wants, and his parents never fucking smack him and say, look, knock that off. You don't talk this way, you don't act that way. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you get to be an asshole, right? He's that kid. Like you just want to kick the shit out of him because he's never had his ass beat before. So anyway, all right. Here we go. So in 1948, we were mostly hands off, but after 1967, you guys were talking about the Yom Kippur. Did I say that right? Yom Kippur War and the 6 Day War, right? So after 1967, the 6 Day War, U.S. support ramped up big time. By 1973, we were running massive arms airlifts to Israel during the Yom Kippur War. Since then, we've been giving Israel tens of billions in military aid, diplomatic cover at the UN, and political backing. That support has let Israel operate with a level of confidence and capability it wouldn't have otherwise, especially in Lebanon. Is that impunity? Yeah, impunity.
That should be the word that we should use. Yeah.
Okay. Especially in Lebanon against Hezbollah, and more recently against Iranian proxies. Okay. This is the thing. Like we have just, for some reason, we can't tell this country no. I don't understand
I mean, for some reason
why.
Basically, it's APAC. Our politicians are completely bought and paid for.
But it's not out in the open, right? Again, and when you look at the politicians, no politician is going to say, this is why I always agree with Israel because I'm getting APAC money. No politician is going to say that.
Well, that's why you have accounts like APAC, like that. What is that account that says how much money each politician got from APAC?
Yeah, that's always a big number.
It's huge. And then you'll have people like Ted Cruz who says, I got elected to the United States Senate, and my number one task was to defend Israel. I'm like, what the fuck? You are the senator from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you talking? Like same with Lindsey Graham. You have never heard the man talk about South Carolina. Never heard him talk about South Carolina. Never. It's like, what is your deal? Why do you keep talking about Israel? Because you're getting paid by that, So anyways, whatever.
Well, so if you want to look at the end of the day, if you want to look at Israel, and again, we'll get to comments, guys. Just give me just 1 second. If you want to look at the state of Israel, I won't say all roads lead to Israel, but what what I've kind of learned as I've researched a lot of this Middle Eastern stuff is there's this thing called the Greater Israel Project, and it's wide open. Everyone knows about it. It's not a conspiracy. But basically, Israel has to take over several countries in order to make this Greater Israel Project happen, and that's
No,
what I think is
Israel
happening.
has to destabilize the region and make sure there's nobody that can challenge
Yeah, but they want to expand their land.
they want to take over more land, and they basically want to make sure that every country that's around them is destabilized and
So
don't have
things- yeah.
and they're openly talking about attacking Turkey next, which is a NATO member. That's why Donald Trump is talking about getting out of NATO, so that basically then we can back Israel when they attack Turkey. But they're talking about attacking Turkey because Turkey has a strong leader, they have a strong military, but that's what they want to do. And if it's not Turkey, it's going to be Pakistan, and it could be fucking India. I don't know what their plans are, to be honest with you. But they want to destabilize the entire region so that nobody can challenge them, nobody can stop them, and they can expand their territory. And that's what they want to do. And it's the military industrial complex is very interesting. I thought it was that simple, but I think it's a combination. The military industrial complex funds think tanks. Those think tanks are embedded deeply into Washington in every senator in their offices and things like that. And they come up with these policies like the clean break memo. And they said, okay, we're going to take down this, and this country. And Iran was going to be kind of the big one,
Yeah,
at
the seventh country.
yeah, they were the seventh country, but it's a military industrial complex, APAC, all that money getting circulated. And it's just, then you got influencers that are pro Israel. I mean Ben Shapiro is losing his hold or any kind of influence, but the people are peddling that shit all the fucking time. So anyways,
So the clean break memo, for those you don't know, it's a Wesley Clark talks about it. You can just Google it, and basically there were several countries that basically had to that the military had this idea. America had this idea that it was going to go into all these countries. Basically, it was 5 countries in 5 years, and they were going to go in and they were to basically destabilize all of them. And it was what was it? Syria,
7 countries.
I thought it was maybe it was 7 countries in 7 years. I haven't read it in a while, but it's like Syria. It was Yemen. You had I think Sudan was in there. You had Iraq. You had was Afghanistan in there? I don't think Afghanistan was in there.
No.
You had several countries. Lebanon was in there. Yemen was in there. You had a lot of these countries, and they've hit all of them. They're all gone. And Wesley Clark has since come out and said, "Oh, well, I don't know that I necessarily believe in this," but at the time he sure as shit believed in it. And again, Iran's the last one that needs to get destabilized, and that's why we're there, guys. It's not because of nukes. It's not because we want to liberate the people. It's none of that. It's all in service of Israel. It's all in service of this clean break memo that was written in what was it, like 2007. It was like no, I think it was like 2002, wasn't it? It was like a long time ago.
What?
The clean break memo.
Yeah, it was like I would say late
Yeah.
90s maybe.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But anyway, so all roads at the end of the day are going to lead to Israel over here in the Middle East. And the truth is that we need to get out of there, guys. Like I said, America has funded all of these efforts in the Middle East. America has destabilized this entire region. 4.5 million people have died. 39 million people have been displaced. Like again, imagine this was you. Imagine this was your kids. Imagine this was your family. Like I said, when Donald Trump comes in and says, "Oh, they keep saying death to America," it's like we facilitated all the killing of the Iranians in the 80s. Okay, we did this, right?
Yeah.
We created ISIS, we created Al Qaeda, right? When they were talking about ISIS was the thing that led to 9/11, we created these people, guys, and it's nobody wants to talk about. I know this is not like the most popular conversation, that Americans should be having. Basically saying that their own country is murdering. Is doing mass murder, right? Has been okay with genocide, potentially created the people that committed 9/11. Like this is not a comfortable conversation. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it in any way. I just want to have an honest conversation about it. I hope you guys appreciate this kind of stuff. But let's dig into comments, and like I said, we'll do probably go to about 100 minutes.
Killing innocent people for protesting. This is a bullshit fucking lie that has been peddled. And I'm not denying the fact that Iran probably has killed about 3,000 protesters. And I mean, first of all, Mossad has admitted that we had completely infiltrated the protests. Number one, Donald Trump has openly said that we try to give them guns. If you have 30,000 people with guns, right now going to Washington, D.C. and trying to storm, what the hell do you think your government is going to do? It's going to shoot all of them down. I'm sorry. This is how it fucking works. I'm not just justifying that, but I feel like there might have, I'm sure there was real like what do you call it? People were unhappy about their government. I'm not denying that, but a lot of the uprising was completely um not natural, not organic.
Yeah, like I said, I got no.
I don't believe it.
30,000 is a big number. I think that number sounds a little bit exaggerated to me, but anyone's capable of anything, you know. So, all right, Dustin M5D's here. Good to see you, dude. Dustin's one of our regulars too. All right, hello guys. Hope you're all doing good. I wish I could say the same. Oh, dude, well, let us know what happened. I'm okay, but I just ill stressed out because of many reasons. Okay, well, let us know what they are, man. Maybe we can help. All right, see Sunny D says thanks. All right, Gaddafi. See, Dustin says Gaddafi was just trying to make a gold-backed currency, I believe.
I've heard about that. That he was trying to get out of the banking system.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. See, I don't know. I beg to differ, but whatever. That's over my head. Yeah, Dustin, I'm kind of in the same way. I don't know everything about that guy. I just know that Gaddafi's big mistake was not getting a nuclear weapon. That just really, really sealed his fate. All right. Let's see. Neva under pressure. Okay, I've seen you before. You've been in here before. Thanks for coming back, man. All right. Let's see. It's nothing new. Okay. Recon Blue says good intuition. I was confused by the Maple MAGA comment. Yeah. I get it. Military industrial complex. Yeah, we got a problem there. Dustin, please make full comments so they can respond. Yep. Again, Dustin, just again add something we can respond to. If you would, I'd appreciate it. So with the moderators. All right. Roy Whitaker, 1151. Why is Iran
Yeah, I said
leader?
something about that already.
Why is Iran leaders killing innocent people for protesting? Yep. Okay, that's what you're reading. Okay. Let's see. Sunny D 2370. If you trust Erica Kirk over Candace Owen, it's an IQ problem. Erica Kirk should set off all the warning bells for you if you're even remotely dialed. Yeah, son. Again, when you listen to the history of that chick, like, what a story. Like that kind of sounds like a person that was made. I mean, in a way, right? Like made in a lab or something like that. You know, it's like you look at her background and where she's been, and like a former beauty queen, and she was when she like doing like child stuff over in like the third world, and then she meets Charlie. Yeah, like it's kind of crazy, man.
Interesting background. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lisa Sutton says Erica Kirk is a whore who exploited her husband's death. She spent 0 minutes grieving over her dead husband. There's also a huge chance she was connected with child trafficking in Ukraine. Yeah, there's something about that. And again, like when you see her coming out in the stripper pants, you know, and it's just like, yeah, you know, maybe she wasn't really into Charlie that much, you know, like maybe she's ready to move on. Maybe they're having like maybe their marriage was on the rocks for a couple of years and he
It
just
doesn't
happened.
matter.
You
You just
know?
go away. When your husband dies such a public death, you just go away. Cool it off. Go away for 6 months. Don't show us your fucking face
Mm.
with that makeup. Just tone it down a little bit. All those fucking 700 rings, which I'm wearing right now. But you know, it's like all those rings and big pageant hair, the big pageant makeup, and the sparkly clothes and the pants, and it's just too much. Just go away. Go away. We don't want to see you. Go grieve. Come back 6 months later and say, I'm back. I'd be good with that.
Wasn't you gonna steal JD Vance from Usha?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
No? Oh, okay. Anyway, what do I know? Okay. Great comment there, son. All right, Dustin M5D says, okay, the reason is because that the military industrial complex is making cash. Hope that specifics it a little bit better. My bad. Yeah, again, the military industrial is just making gobs of money. And the truth is that it's been that way forever. Like, what are you going to do? You know, that's why the military budget always goes up, right? We have a wartime military defense budget right now. We shouldn't be spending this much money on the military. And again, I'm all for it. Like, whatever. I don't give a shit. If America looks great, if the cost of living is in line, if energy prices are down, if life in America is pretty good, spend all the money you want on everything. I don't give a shit. You know, but right now, like America's hurting and America needs help. And there's things we got to work on here. You know, so military industrial complex. And again, the military industrial complex or the Department of Defense hasn't passed an audit in 8 years. Like where's our fucking money going? Like I want some receipts. I'm like Cardi B. Show me the receipts. I want to know where my money is going. You know, and it just doesn't seem like anyone's interested in figuring that out. And they got the balls to come ask Congress for 200 billion more dollars. Like, bitch, you haven't shown me where the last 200 billion went. Oh, and you want a 1.5 trillion dollar military budget for next year? Like, man, the balls on these people is just like wild, like absolutely wild. So all right, Recon Blue says, "Be careful, APAC. APAC has rebranded If you chose to vote again, you're gonna have to do some research. No more blind voting for me.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, there you go. Roy Whitaker, 1151. Iran is attacking other countries. Stop it. Well, I'm sure they are. Again, I wouldn't. What would you do if America came in and was going to attack your country? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to try and do whatever you can. And the best thing you can do when you're trying to fight America is use asymmetry. I mean, it's the only thing you can do, right?
Yeah,
I don't know what else you do.
they're attacking UAE right now. They did it today because it's UAE is America and Israel's proxy, you know? So if you're allowing your country to be used as a base to attack their territory, then they're gonna do that. They have the right to defend themselves. I don't know why this is so fucking hard for people
Yeah, it
that
doesn't make
they
sense.
just hanging out on February 28th, and we decided we're gonna bomb and kill their leader in the month of Ramadan. We're gonna kill a religious leader. They were minding their own fucking business. Yes, they wanted to get nukes, but the way to get that under control was JCPOA, which Obama had implemented, which Trump decided to tore it up and throw it away. Then he went away for 4 years. In the meantime, Iran said, "Well, we no longer are part of the deal. You basically threw it in trash. So we're gonna work on our nukes because we would like to, since you guys are gonna come after us." Like, they knew this. That country has been around for 5,000 years. So 5 years, 10 years is not a big deal. It's a blip in the whole grand scheme of things. So basically, they were minding their own fucking business. They were getting crippling sanctions, and we decided that we're going to bomb them after we claimed that the nuclear facilities were completely obliterated in June. We went in and we bombed them, and then they're like, "Oh, they're attacking UAE, they're attacking Saudi Arabia," and like, what the fuck you expect? This was gamed out. This was gamed out by people who knew what the fuck was going to happen. If you don't are not really watching Robert Pape on here on YouTube, you need to do that. This was all gamed out, that this was all going to happen, and Trump was like, "Well, I didn't know that was going to happen." Did nobody tell you? Like, you're surrounding yourself with the wrong fucking people. Then they were going to attack every single country around them that are friends with America. They were going to close the Strait of Hormuz. They were going to do all these things. This was the known risk, and that's the reason why neither Obama nor Biden, not Clinton, none of these presidents would touch Iran, because it is a fortress and it has too many geographical advantages to itself that it's really, really hard. And Eric and I had an argument about it. And Eric was like, "If we just send 5 million, no, half a million ground troops, what are you talking about? They're gonna get decimated. Have you looked at the fucking map of Iran? It's a trap. It's a trap. It's going to be like Afghanistan, and a combination of Afghanistan and Iraq, basically suicide bombs and RPGs and all the fucking asymmetric warfare and drones, which weren't even a thing back in Afghanistan. So that's what it's going to be. But yes, Iran did not wake up and attack America. America woke up and attacked Iran. I'm sorry. And they are doing everything they can. This is a war of survival for them. I'm not justifying. I'm not happy that we're spending $200 billion. I'm not happy that our guys are dying. 14 of them died. I'm not okay with any of those things. But this all could have been avoided if Trump had not woken up on February 28th and decided we're going to bomb the fuck out of Iran. Sorry. Don't do it. When your actions have reactions, okay? Don't bitch about reactions when you take an action. Fucking deal with it. And you cannot. And that's why you should have never started it. That is why you should have never fucking started this war. Netanyahu has been the prime minister of Israel for 20 some years. And every American president, he has told, "Hey, let's bomb Iran. Let's bomb Iran. Let's bomb Iran," because he knew exactly this was going to happen, that America was going to get stuck in an escalation trap. And any American president that tries to get out of war loses election. That's what happens. And he knew that if he drags America, they're never getting out. And watch us now, basically, probably ground troops or some fucking insane shit. I don't know. Anyways,
There you
sorry.
go, Roy. Great comment, Roy. I appreciate throwing your comments. And again, we don't all have to agree. We can just go back and forth with things. And again, you guys put your comments in there. Like I said, we love to go back and forth and just bat the issue around. It's kind of what we do. We can say kind of whatever we want, and it's a good conversation. So, Roy, I appreciate it, dude. This is Roy Whitaker. Thank you very much for the comment. All right, Dustin M5D. Yeah, I know about the Great Israel Project. That's why war is in Iran. Partially, the U.S. has its own reasons. Also, it's a multi-layered war. If you really want to call it a war, yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I think it's a war. So, okay, guys, I'm gonna give you my closing statement here, and then, honey, you can if you want to look through comments, you can. I appreciate everyone being here tonight. Anyone gave super chats and super gifts. We got a super gift from Never Surrender, or never, not Never Surrender. Never Under Pressure. I gotta see it over in the my computer. I appreciate you throwing in the jewels, man. I appreciate that. Again, I always appreciate those comments. Super chats, super gifts. Get your comments read right away. All right, closing statement here. So the Middle East has plenty of its own tribal, sectarian, and authoritarian demons.
This road
Yeah.
guy, women can't even speak in Iran. Okay, I'm sorry, you're misunderstood. First of all, second of all, it's not my fucking problem. Let them deal with their own fucking problems. Okay, 10% of women in America, young women in America, are signing up for OnlyFans. That's a problem that we need to deal with. I don't care about Iran. I don't. They can mind their own fucking business and we can mind our own. I fucking get tired of these people trying to we need to go solve other people's fucking problems. First of all, women can speak in Iran. They might have to cover their heads. When I go to India, I cannot wear little shorts, okay? People look at me fucking weird, even though it's perfectly legal to do that. I would never do that. I dress modestly when I'm in India. It's not a big deal. Whatever the fuck. I don't have an opinion about that either because I've never lived in India past 21, never paid taxes, not voted in any election. Stop. They can do whatever the fuck they want in their fucking country. I am tired. Women cannot even tell the truth. Women have to wear burqas. Not my fucking problem. That's the why is it so hard to understand that when you have 10% of women in America who think that OnlyFans is the way to make money, that you're gonna try and talk to Iranian women that they need to be free there, and you got people that cannot even buy houses until their 40s. How the fuck are you gonna have kids? What are we doing? We're not solving other people's problems. Let our politicians be held accountable to solve our problems. My fucking problem. That's what I want. I don't want other people to solve other people's problems. Don't create them. Don't solve them. Not your fucking problem. Not with my fucking tax dollars. That's what I'm saying.
No, there you go. There you go. All right, so try this one more time. Okay, so the Middle East has plenty of its own tribal, sectarian, and authoritarian demons, right? Long before we showed up, but America has acted as the master facilitator, right? Selling the chemical weapons, arming the rebels, toppling regimes, and handing out blank checks to make wars last longer, bloodier, and more destructive than they had to be. We spent trillions and broke countries while our defense industry got rich, right? Real question is whether we can ever learn from that. Learn that we can't bomb and meddle our way to stability, right? We can't bully other countries, right? We can't bomb other countries into compliance. We can't, kill the negotiators until we get a negotiator that we want. We can't go over and bomb other people and expect them to greet us as liberators, right? To free their people, right? To make sure that the women, can dress like whores, right? We don't need to work on those things. There are a lot of things we need to work on, but we need to work on this country. We don't need to work on Iran. We don't need to work on Israel. We don't need to work on Syria. We don't need to work on Saudi Arabia. We don't need to work on anyone. We got things we need to work on here. And if you go back and you look at the history, like I said, I hope I put it together for you guys, like I said, quickly, but we've done it all, guys. Like it's for the most part, this is an American problem that we created. We created the majority of the proxies. We created most of the destabilization. We killed most of the people, right? Whenever these proxy groups and these countries rise up and say "Death America" and that they don't want Americans there, it's because we've been fucking with them for the last 30 years, right? And again, not saying we don't need to help people. I want to help people, but at the end of the day, if our country doesn't look like Dubai, right? If our country isn't clean, the roads don't have potholes, right? The fucking bridges aren't falling apart. People can't afford healthcare. People can't afford, car insurance. People can't afford fucking housing insurance, right? Until we work on these problems here at home, we don't need to be messing with all these other countries in the rest of the world, And so that's kind of how I see it. And again, I appreciate everyone hanging out tonight. You got my wife here, which doesn't happen very often, but I'm glad you hung out, honey. It's nice having you here.
Hi.
You so we'll read a few more comments and then we'll dig into this. So Roy Whitaker, man, we appreciate your comments, dude. What do you guys say here? Hold on. Roy Whitaker says, Islam kills homosexual people. Why? Well, there you go. Because they're homosexuals.
I just explained this to you. So does Saudi Arabia. Are we fighting a war with Saudi Arabia? No, we want their oil. Like homosexuals get stoned to death, and I get it. In Islam, it does. So I know, but we're not fighting a war with Saudi Arabia.
Well, where are your clothes made? Do you like all that shit you get made in China? Well, guess what? They fucking kill people over in China. They kill people for religious beliefs over there all the time. All the stuff you're wearing, a lot of things you buy on Amazon, guess what? They're all made with fucking slave labor. Like, do you like slave labor? You clearly don't have a problem with slave labor because you support all these businesses that make all their shit in places that use slave labor. So what are you gonna do? Pick and choose your problems. But again, no one's perfect, man. All right, Cowboy Neptune. Cowboy Neptune, I've seen you. You've been here before. 4544. Thank God for bringing the JCP away. It's almost like we used to have an agency there to monitor their program that Trump pulled out of unilateral.
Basically,
People don't like to talk about that.
nope.
Be quiet and shut up.
Obama worked for 2 years on the Iran, the JCPOA deal. 2 years. I was reading more about that. It was not a perfect deal by any means, but it did not need to be thrown away in trash. It needed to be better, which Trump could have done that. But instead of that, he wanted a war. He promised a war to Miriam Adelson, and that's what we got. That's what we have now. Anyways, whatever.
Right, but Roy Whitaker, man, good comments, dude. Okay, see, no, these are questions. Tell me where I lied,
I don't think
please.
you lied. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to talk to my wife about that. I'm not sure. Roy, you seem like a retard. Okay, son, be nice. His son says, Roy, do you often punch hornets' nests? And again, Roy, I appreciate being here, dude. Josh Manskin here, man. Good to see you, dude. Josh is Josh has been following for a long time too. The happy couple. Yeah. Sometimes we're happy. Marriage can be tough, guys, but for the most part, it's pretty damn good. All right, Dustin says, "Oh boy, I can see y'all have a relationship and a half." Yeah, we do, man. Our relationship's all right.
Wait. I don't hate Trump. I voted for him. So whoever this guy is that's saying hates Trump,
Well, read the name. This is
fake name. Well, 89 fake.
fake.
So no, I didn't hate Trump. I voted for him twice, 2020 and 2024. So shut the hell up. I don't like what he's doing. I do not have to worship the guy that I voted. I voted for Obama twice, and I did not like what he was doing either towards the end of his term. So no, it does not work like that. I'm sorry, you did not buy my loyalty. You voted. I hired you to do a job, and you're supposed to do your fucking job. So that's how it works. I did not defend the regime. I said, leave him alone. I don't care what they want to do. I just want my government to solve my problems and not have $6 gasoline. So I feel bad for the guy. I don't feel bad for him. He's okay. He's fine. With his screeching harpy. I don't know what that means.
That's you. You're a screeching harpy.
Am I?
Yeah, totally, man.
What's that? How does screeching harpy sound?
I don't know, like you. Okay.
Is it?
You're a screeching harpy. You sound like one of those birds we have, like the grackle. You sound like the grackle, honey.
I do.
All right. Honestly, if you still watch SMS and let SMS dictate your opinions, you're a fundamentally unserious person. Yeah, a lot of those people are those sites are over. All right. Or excuse me, those channels are over. Cowboy Neptune 4544. I'm not so sure. Geographic advantage confer the same.
They used to. Still a horrid idea to invade, but I think Iran's Russian alliance is much greater deterrence. Yeah, and China too. I mean, China just told America to go fuck yourself. America imposed secondary sanctions on China, and China said, "No, sorry, we're not doing that. Go fuck yourself."
Roy Whitaker says just evading, not trying to get anyone mad. Yeah, and Ryan, again, I think it's great, man. I think I like you're pulling out of my wife. That's great. Good job, man. It's that's what we do. We conversate, we throw ideas around, and it's good.
Really irritated that all of a sudden everybody's problem. America is like basically we're not a mercenary army for hire. Like you donate $200 million to our politician, and then you can hire our Marines and our army and our everything, and then we're gonna fight in wars. Like what are we? How are we any different than those militias? That have those you always see those in African countries with the RPGs and everything. It's like somebody's paying. Like I'm sorry, we're not mercenary. We're not mercenaries. So, anyways.
All right, this is Mel Gilham. 462. Blaming Israel was a cop out. This has been coming since 1979. No offense, I remember it. Okay, well, let us know how you remember it. Again, I just laid out the whole scenario leading up to 1979, right? Again, it all started with Britain and the CIA, right? Essentially overthrowing Mossadegh, right? Which is kind of where it all started. And then we ended up, there's the Shah, and then there's the IRGC, and we are where we are now today. But again, Iran's not an America problem. Iran is an Israel problem, right? We haven't. Just again, I just don't think it's worth our time. So blaming Israel's, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like Israel has stoked a lot of shit over the Middle East, right? They've been punching above their weight for a really long time. And the truth is that if Donald Trump did what he was supposed to do, which is like end these conflicts, pull out of the Middle East, like just focus on America. Again, Israel would have to stand on its own. And my question to you, Mel, would be how would Israel handle not having America to back it up every time, right? What would they do? Who are Israel's allies? Who's going to come to Israel's defense if not for America? So again, Israel's been talking shit for a long time. We've been picking up the slack. We've been, basically helping these guys win all their fights, and it's bullshit, man. We don't need to be doing it. Israel can fight its own fights. So all right, let's see where we're at here. All right, Sun says, like Israel doesn't own our country. Are you serious? I know Sun does not like Israel. All right, zero rest from Epstein, working for Israel. Enough said.
Yep.
All right, you said they're killing innocent people. Is that what you said, dear?
Who, in Iran?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they are. I mean, they were.
Okay.
Their own regime was killing innocent people, I'm sure.
Okay.
And they have. Again, we don't need to start
Well,
war.
but what about our country, dude? Like I just told you that like we provided all the weapons to Saddam Hussein so that he could gas all of his people and all the Iranian people.
Yeah.
Are we not on the hook for some of that? I mean, a little bit. We also gave them the intelligence, and we
We gave weapons to Israel so they could commit a genocide in Gaza.
yeah. Where do you think Israel got all those weapons
What are you talking about? I'm sorry, you don't get to either you have to have a principle that's universal or you have to just
Yeah.
shut the hell up. You can't have it both ways.
It doesn't have to shut the hell up, but I think the principle side of it, it needs to go both ways.
Yeah.
Right. And again,
we are giving every weapon that Israel's using against innocent people.
Yeah.
About that.
yeah, we're providing all that stuff. So, all right, Switchpoint killing innocents bad only if it's not Jews doing it. Yeah, and there you go, Sun's on it. In the 70s, they were free. Yeah, 100% right. You're right. Let's see here. This is a CompuThread. Israel is bad. All right, well, appreciate it, dude. Jews are fighting back. Yeah, again, Jews are doing okay, man. But again, if America wasn't there, I know you're not supposed to say it, but again, if America wasn't back in Israel, Israel would be gone. They've stirred up so much shit in that region. They're not a good neighbor to the people. They chose the one fucking place that they probably shouldn't go. They had a chance to go to Uganda, but they chose the state of Israel, which is fine, again, but you got to be able to keep it, man. And again, you can't be pissing everyone off and starting shit everywhere you go and expect, that you're gonna have a good go of it. So Israel's an interesting place. All right, fun fact about head covering: Christian women are supposed to have covering hair as well. It's in the Bible. So anyone preaching about big bad Muslim head coverings as a Christian doesn't know the Bible. Okay, so
Well,
I don't know where you know all this
in
stuff.
India, some people in the northern part of India, like and a lot of people, are expected to cover their hair.
Mhm.
It's a cultural thing and not as much religious. But head covering for women is nothing like exceptional to Muslims. And Jewish women cover head, like Orthodox Jewish women have to cover their hair. So they can have whatever the hell they want. Not my problem.
There's no head covering in this household, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Roy says, "Where's your humanity?" Okay, okay.
This policy is not your problem. Either you foul mouth cunt. No, it is. I pay taxes. Fuck off. Go fuck yourself.
Roy says, "Do you punch hornets?" Yes, you keep saying that, Sonny. All right, sounds like a cop out. Okay, Roy. Well, I appreciate it, man. All right, Pierre Powers, 4647. We can. All right, something there. No facts hurt feelings. Sorry. All right, well, appreciate all the like I said, I love the back and forth, Roy. So I appreciate you throwing your stuff in the dinner. It's much appreciated. All right, bro. 90% of American Christians don't read the Bible. We just blindly follow. Yeah, I think it's about accurate. So it says, yeah, anyone that reads the Christian Bible knows Israel means Christians. Um, I can't pronounce all these things. Gilliton's Romans 9:6, and the parable of tenants in Matthew makes it very clear. Wow, dude, you're on it. All right, this man does not want to help people. Okay, Iran is a terrorist nation. It's been proven. Period. Okay, well, there's a lot. Again, like Roy. Okay, like Roy. Hold on a minute. So, like, do you give any credence to anything that I've said about America? Like, again, you can call Iran a terrorist state. Okay, like I agreed. I'll concede that fact. Would you at least concede the fact that America is as bad or worse?
Yeah, right.
Would you? I mean, like, come on, man. Like, how many people did Israel just kill? Would they kill 70, 80,000 people?
Yeah, in Gaza, yes.
Right? Like, I get that. I get that you were told that Iran killed 30,000 other people, and okay, fine. Right? But we watched 70,000 people get killed like last year. Like what? Like
in Gaza.
I didn't see 30,000 people die in Iran, but I certainly saw at least 70,000 people die the last couple of years in Gaza. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen it in high definition. So again, I'm not going to dispute anything you're saying. Maybe it's all true, but I pointed out the numbers. Like America is just a wild destabilizing agent of death. And again, I don't mind. Like I'm not a pussy, dude. Like you come fuck with America. Like I'm the guy that says, great, we send our military over there, we carpet bomb your entire country, and then we come home.
Okay, this guy, Peer Powers 4646 says Trump was smart enough to pull out a JCPOA because Iran did not follow. This is completely false propaganda. Iran was following every single thing about the JCPOA until America decided to tear up the treaty and said, no, sorry, we don't want it anymore. So Iran said, okay, you want to pull out of the treaty? Great, that's fantastic. So we're gonna go and start enriching nuclear, basically to a higher grade. So this is a absolute lie. Peer Power 4646. Iran was following the JCPOA down to the T, and we still pulled out of it because Trump wanted a war with Iran, and that's why you have a war with Iran. Okay, so.
Recon Blue says we all voted for Trump. He lied to us.
Yeah,
yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Like I said, I was super excited to vote for Trump. Like I was really excited to see him go after the deep state, release the Epstein files, kick out the third worlders, close the border, do the taxes, throw the tariffs. I'm a tariff guy. I'm the only guy that likes tariffs. My wife doesn't like tariffs. I love tariffs. But again, like he was supposed to do all these things and he didn't do most of it. Like he's done some of it a little bit, but the one thing that he definitely said he wasn't going to do was start another Middle East war.
This says, wow, we really didn't expect you to be a Trump voter and know about the JCPOA. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm informed. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, my wife, she's the smart one. I'm just the good looking one. Okay, we are the reason why. See, Roy, we are the reason
why are you the
not free.
Oh,
all right, not sure what you're saying there, son. I guess I just misnamed the second words. Roy, why do you only care about dead people when it's not Israel doing it? Yeah, interesting, son. That's a good point. All right, best I can say is buy gold. Invest, buy gold, buy real estate,
right.
buy my course on how to get rich. Sign up for my get rich and buy in gold crypto. Crypto class.
And Trump is doing a good job. Peer Power 46. I'm sorry, I disagree. He's not doing a good job. I haven't seen a bill.
Well, hold, is he saying so? Pierce Power 4646. Trump is doing a good job, but the Democrats keep stopping bills that help the working class Americans.
Well,
Okay,
the bills I've
yeah,
seen.
yeah. So Pierce Power, this is good. Give us something. Like, let us know what. Again, are you talking about like the Save Act? Like, give us something you're talking about. I'd like to know. I'm genuinely curious. So again, and let us know what you like the Trump's doing. So throw it in there so we can bat it around the chat, dude. I appreciate your comments there. Is this Pierre Powers?
Yeah,
Pierre Powers. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, Recon says, well said, sister. All right. All right. Pierce Power says, Sun Tzu, America is not the reason Iran is free. Okay. Recon Blue, some people in the chat choose to not listen to anything you said. Yeah, well, that's getting it. You can't pick all the people you want in your chat. You're going to get good people and you're going to get annoying people, and it's just kind of how it goes, Recon.
right.
All right, Mr. Who's this unimaginable? Mr. Unimaginable? Well, Israel started the bullshit war just like in 67. Yeah, I guess so. All right, guys. Last couple comments. I want to read. What are we at? We're at a minute. So give you guys 2 hours now. I really appreciate everyone being here. Mr. Unimaginable, I haven't seen you before. It looks like you're a new dude. Appreciate being here. This is Criders. The chat is antiseptic. Okay, not sure.
Anti-Semitic.
See, Jews are most antiseptic peeps on the planet. All right. I guess you guys must be saying anti-Semitic. Maybe that's something you're not supposed to say. There's a lot of things you're not supposed to say on YouTube. See, Cowboy Neptune. I think Israel would be much worse off without the U.S., but I think it's a reach to say they'd fall with the U.S. We've seen them defensively in the past, and that hasn't been an issue. Okay, well, again, I kind of disagree, Cowboy Neptune, but again, you can be right, dude. Like I said, I'm not an expert, man. Like I said, fortunately, the Abraham Accords allowed Israel to become a little bit, not maybe not allies, but yeah, more of a friendship with places like Saudi Arabia, which is kind of Saudi Arabia the king dick over there. I think they kind of are.
What?
Saudi Arabia? Who's the king dick over the Middle East other than Israel?
Say Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
Egypt used to be a big one until we gave them a bunch of money and told them to shut the fuck up.
All right, let's see if we got any new people in here. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to make sure I say hi to anyone that's new in here. I try and do that. Looks like we got a lot of the same people in here doing the conversation, which is freaking awesome, guys. Thanks for everyone that participated. All right, we got a new guy in here, Richard 1580. Richard 1580 said, "I think American government should focus on serving American people." Yeah, Richard, that's kind of what we've been talking about, dude. I appreciate you coming in here, man. Richard, give the live stream five watches. We don't have a ton of people in here tonight. Sometimes we get a lot of people in here. It just kind of depends on what's going on. But I tried to paint the picture for you guys that America has been the thing. You heading out? Say bye.
Bye. I have to leave.
Okay. I've tried to paint the picture that America has been a net negative in the Middle East, and it's not again that I'm anti-American, I'm anti-military, I'm anti this stuff. It's just that what we do over there never translates into anything being better for Americans. They're not making us safer. Most of the time, when America goes over there and says it's going to fight an enemy, right? It's going to fight a proxy. We're going to go over and get nuclear weapons. We're going to go over there and get their chemical weapons. Most of the time, we've provided them. And this is, again, I hope I made the case. I hope you guys can believe what I told you, but go Google some of the stuff, get on Grok, get on AI, whatever. You find a chat bot and see if anything I'm telling you guys makes sense because a lot of it's true. I hope all of it's true. But anyway, it's been a good been a really good talk. So all right, Titan says, thanks for interesting live stream. Take care, Eric and Miss Eric. So Titan, my wife's name is Suchetta, by the way. I like cheddar cheese, but Suchetta. Yeah, it's good, man. It's Titan and Sun. I appreciate you guys handling all the moderation and kicking out all the bullshit comments. It just makes it easier to kind of filter through things. We don't have to like pre-read everything, which is kind of nice. So again, I always appreciate you guys being here. And we'll do this thing again tomorrow. Salina girl, you made it in here. Salina girl, good to see you. You're at the end of the stream, girl. I appreciate being here though. Recon Blue says, are you the bad guys? Flat out. Yeah, and again, it shouldn't be that way. But that's one of the reasons we need to get the fuck out of the Middle East. We need to stick here in America, work on our stuff. And again, if people want to come over here and fuck with America, great. Bring it. Like you want to see the America galvanize. You want to see presidents go to Congress for a declaration of war. Like that's the end of you. But we don't do that, So which is a little frustrating. So all right, see, Dustin says, you look like the Conehead guy left when you sit right front. I know. I always have to do the laugh thing. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys. Sliding girl. All right, sliding girl. You got last comment. Cowboy Neptune. Good to see you, dude. Have a good night. Sliding girl says, Trump's video game war is a replay of Reagan's tanker war. Yeah, sliding girl. It's kind of insane what Trump's doing. Like he's such a like I like Trump's shit talking style, but he's such an embarrassment right now. And I didn't think that would be possible for me to think that Trump was an embarrassment. But when he gets out there every day, he's just like, "Oh, we're winning. It's open. The strait's open. They don't have a military. They don't have a this. They don't have a that." Like he starts to look worse and worse and worse. It makes our country look worse and worse. And those of us that voted for him, like I said, like I said before, like it's one thing if it's someone that you didn't vote for betray you, but when it's someone that you did vote for literally 3 times and they're basically betraying you every day and they're making you feel like an asshole and look like an asshole, it's rough, man. It's real rough. So Sliger, I appreciate your comment. You guys have a good night. Recon, good to see you. Titan, good. I think Chris was talking about the live. Son, good to see you. Eric says, tell me how to spell your wife's last name. Is this Son, you nailed it. Yeah, Sucheta. And again, you guys, our business is The Resplendent Crow. We're a furniture company here in St. Louis, Missouri. We make American-made furniture. We sell it all over America. It's a great little business, great little middle-class life, and anyone can do it, So you guys have a great one, and we'll catch you later.